We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Welcome to Season 3 of the Global Gang Podcast. I am your host, Alec Hunter. Today is episode 46 of the Global Gang Podcast. We've been doing this for 46 weeks. I am joined tonight by AnthonyJMo.
Damn, 46. Let's go. Also, hello.
TystraDaisetsu.
What is up, my dudes?
And the Lord of the Thumbnails. It is OmniToast.
I do exist! They let me out of the basement!
You do exist. How nice is that?
Get back in the water.
So, before we jump into this week's show, I do need to apologize. I forgot to message our guest to make sure that she was going to be able to be available, and clearly she wasn't available. So, we had talked about it about a month ago, and I told her I'd message her a week beforehand, and I completely forgot to. So that's on me. So unfortunately, Social Fire will not be joining us this evening.
Oh,
so that's my fault, my bad. But I promise you guys, we will get her back on. Yeah. So
it's my fault. We all make mistakes.
So anyway, let's jump in. Let's talk for a second about how awesome AnthonyJMo is with his help and TestDOBA as well, setting up all this stuff. You guys see if you were here earlier, you saw the new Please Stand By setup. What we did is we took the old intro from Season 2, took all the music out of it, added in a slot for Namor's chosen character, which is Perfect Cell. And we've made a rotation for that for you guys to check that out when we are on standby. As you can see, we've ditched the studio, we've put on the scouter, we've taken to the skies. I thought it would just be a nice little different aesthetic this season.
Yeah.
So, whether or not this changes in the future, I mean, you guys know this show is always a work in progress. So something might look different next week, but this I think is our basic structure right here.
Yeah,
I'm digging it. I'm
all for this being like the main structure. Like after this, I don't know what else we would possibly do unless it was something like completely out of the ordinary.
Yeah, I think
I
want to change
like a crystal of like Zeno's planet or something. Like, I don't know, dude. Who knows?
Right. Well, now that I'm seeing everything in action and everything working, I do want to add another box to the right side for chat, scale chat to that box, make it look nice.
Yeah, I could definitely do that.
And then I don't really see a whole lot of else changing outside of that. I do really want to give some praise to JMO. I know he hates it when I do this, but that thing at the bottom, that morphing text down at the bottom. So the alien text is literally a font text that we found. We were able to download it, we're able to type in it, but the English text, we could not find an English font that matched the scouter that you see like on Dragon Ball. So JMO handcrafted those letters to make that happen, and then he animated it to change because I said I thought it would be cool. Like the dude went above and beyond for that. It's my favorite part of the overlay.
Give him a raise.
I mean, it was a lot of fun making it. I'm like, so like my process too. I was like, when we were talking about it, I was like, I could probably make this happen. And then I remember you and I were like sitting in a voice chat. We were talking through text, and we were like, there's like no English font that exists. Like, this is the legit Scouter font that you can find anywhere on Google. You can't find the English text for download. I think one person had it, and you had to like contact this person for it, and it's like, okay, well, this person apparently is nowhere to be found. Like afterwards, like I like legit. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna message this guy, see what happens. Like it's not even an actual font. Like at least for me when I was making it, I'm like, okay, I gotta make every letter. So I was like, okay, cool, challenge accepted. So I went ahead and made every letter. Obviously, once I made one letter, like the G, for example, I didn't remake the G. I kind of just copy and like, so it was less work, but it was more efficient that way. So all the letters look identical. And I've been thinking about like, so I don't have the program to do it. I know there's programs out there where you can like draw a font and turn it into real font. There's programs that let you do that. I don't have the program. If I did, I would be making it myself. But
Die.
so
Sorry, I'm just not.
unfortunately, it couldn't happen that way. So I don't have the option to make this font over unless I'm going back from scratch and just doing every letter again. Which I probably should have done that. To be fair, I should have literally went around and made every letter and then just saved it in case we needed it. But for now, we have Global Gang Podcast. Looks awesome. That's all I can say.
No, dude, it does. It looks fantastic.
I like it a lot. It's
So-
awesome.
Yeah, great job, dude. Round of applause for AnthonyJMo.
Aw. I will give myself a round of applause for that. No, I'm kidding.
All right.
How does that thing still work?
Who the hell knows, man? It's like magic.
I take care of it.
So, as you guys know, next week we are going to be joining Rev Central. Give me just a second to pull this up here. There we go. We're going to be joining Rev Central for his charity stream week from the 18th to the 24th. I'll be streaming every day. First day is going to probably be a longer stream, playing some Fallout 76 on PC. And then the rest of the schedule is available over on Discord. And you can sign up. We're going to be playing games like Mario Kart, Smash Brothers, Jackbox games, Among Us. I think there's a Genshin Day on there too. But yeah, the schedule and signups are available on the Discord. But yeah, so moving on.
Hell yeah.
Let's talk about the fact that this stream is not being cast on Facebook.
Yay! Wait.
So, Sunday, we decided we were going to play Jackbox and we were going to stream it to all three platforms, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Halfway through the stream, the entire Global Gang Podcast Facebook account was disabled. Now, this is what you see here, guys. Like this is all the information that I have. You can't use Facebook because your account or activity on it doesn't follow our community standards. If you think we disabled your account by mistake, we can take you through a few steps to request a review. Well, here's the thing. You are not you're not telling me what it is that I allegedly did wrong. So I'm not going to come and dispute it because I don't know what the hell I'm disputing. So hashtag fuck Facebook. Global Gang Podcast is no longer streaming on Facebook.
Yep. Fuck them.
So just a little house cleaning there, because we all need to know about that.
And now that the dirty laundry is all aired out, it's time to get in the news. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, actually it is. But we are going to jump into some Facebook news, or not Facebook, JP news. Fuck Facebook.
You guys thought fuck Moon Nap, but no, season 3 all year long is gonna be fuck Facebook.
Fuck Facebook.
Fuck Facebook.
I'm only
Anyway.
kidding. I'm only kidding.
Anyway, I wouldn't say that's too incorrect. I'm probably going to be the rest of my life, except for the fact that I need Facebook because that's how I link my game. Although I could switch that to Google and then truly say fuck Facebook.
Exactly.
So anyway, so JP just got version 4.14.0, which is interesting because they were on version 4.12.0. They weren't on version 4.13. So my assumption there, from what little I understand about computer programming, is that 4.13 probably ended up as an internal build, and there was things they weren't pleased with it, so they didn't roll it out. They improved whatever it was, rolled the things they liked into 4.14, and here we are today. So But again,
Nice.
that's based on my very, very little knowledge of how programming works. So it says today we've released version 4.14.0. I'm sorry, what was that?
I said that's about accurate though.
Okay. The contents of the updates are as follows. Number 1, about chain battle characters. Characters organized in explosive chain battle can now awaken, reverse, and reverse Dokkan awaken. In addition, you can now select the corresponding character on the screen for selecting a training partner or selling a character. So basically, what that means is when your character is used as a friend support in chain battle, you can now do stuff with it instead of it just being locked completely in place and you can't do anything with it. Let's see here. Items that can now be selected: awakening character selection, reverse character selection, reverse Dokkan awakening character selection, training partner selection, and delivery place character exchange, potential route opening, and potential ability selection skill forgetting. So those are all the things that you can now do while your character is still locked into chain battle. So number 2, and I think this is probably going to be the biggest annoying addition of the game for content creators. The gacha results screen will now display a logo every time you get a Dokkan Festival exclusive unit, similar to when you get the LR pop-up when you pull the unit.
Yay!
So I think
Yay?
I think most creators are pretty annoyed by this because it's just going to add time to all your summon videos. Like,
Yeah.
I've heard Truth complain about it. I've heard a couple other people say that they didn't think it was, all that important, but I guess it helps for all the new people that don't know whether or not a unit's good or not. If you get a special little pop-up, it's like, oh, this unit must be good, I'm going to hold on to it.
My question: why don't
Do they think we're stupid?
Yes, exactly. Thank you. He said it faster than I could right now.
I really don't think it's about a matter of are you stupid or not. I really do think it's targeted towards newer people coming into the game who don't know the 6 years of Dokkan Fest exclusive units.
Now, what they need to do then is be able to turn it off.
Yeah,
That's
need that
what they
option.
should.
Or
the ability to turn it off if you don't want it up.
Or the ability to, I don't know, skip summoning animations altogether.
Yeah, a skip summon feature would be nice, especially if you already knew you got a Goku Black Rift or like a, Vegito Blue guaranteed, for example.
See, like that's something where I would probably not ever use a feature like that to like skip the summons.
Well, yeah.
Because I do most of my summons either on stream or on videos, so there's that anticipation. There's also that padding for the YouTube algorithm. Love you, YouTube.
Yay!
So.
Fuck Facebook.
But yeah, fuck Facebook. But anyway, moving on. I mean, generally, what do you guys think about this? Like, I mean, other than, it would be nice if they gave us the option to turn it off. Do you think it's helpful to newer players, or do you think it's just kind of an annoyance?
I just I don't know. To me personally, I feel like it's just an unnecessary thing to add, and part of it goes back to, hey, guess what? We found yet another way to increase your playtime by a couple seconds, but every second matters. It just feels like that to me. It doesn't feel like helpful, I guess, in a way. It's, I guess, to make the game look flashy, but at the same time, that's what we have the Scouter for. Like, the Scouter, for people who actually have a brain to use to look at what's on the banner, just saying. Like, if you already have a brain and you're like, okay, is this banner worth summoning on? Rather than going around asking every single person about everything you do, like if they're your like manager or something, this is what this feels like to me. It's like everyone's like, the game almost is coming off like, hey, dude, nobody knows what the fuck to do. Like, let's open up a Scouter, see what's on the banner, and you'll know if you pull it because you've looked on the Scouter. It just feels like a little cheeky thing that they added. Very unnecessary in my opinion, but
yeah.
Primetime JMO is sassy JMO.
See,
I just call it how I see it. So
yeah, I agree with him. Like, okay, I get it. You add it for the LRs because sometimes the LRs are. I mean, again, it's one of those more veteran players recognize who LRs are, but it's like the showing of an LR is nice. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
But bringing it down to the Dokkan Fest units is just not necessary in any way, shape, or form. Like whether you're a new player, an old player, it really doesn't matter. Like
Mhm.
you know what that unit is. Like you said, you have the Scouter. Look at it. There you go. There's your Dokkan Fest units.
Yeah, this is like our news feed all over again. Nobody read the news, so instead they go around asking everybody, "Hey, did I get a good card? Hey, is what's on? What's coming out today? Or hey, like, what do I have to farm today? Or hey, what day is it?
No
Do I have
matter
to farm
what
like
quality of
types?"
life improvements they add to the game, there's always going to be people that do that.
Exactly. So it's like this is kind of just like that useless. I mean, it's not
Might
like
might
again, I
might
get
shave
it.
it
It's
might
not
shave like 1 or
useless.
2 questions a week off of our shoulders, you
Like,
know.
Yeah, like it's not useless in a sense. Like it's cool, you get it, like you get the point of it,
Mm.
and then it's just like, bleh.
Bleh.
All right. So number 3, improvements of the mission screen. The progress of the mission achievement is shown in fractions, making the progress rate easier to understand. So they're actually going to show your actual number. So on those complete 60 missions, it's going to show the number instead of a percentage now.
That's something that should have been in the game in day one.
Yeah, I mean that's
Facts.
we're Americans. We don't have time to figure out your math with percentages.
Right,
Like,
right.
I understand that there's a level of intelligence difference between your original audience and the rest of the world, but come on. Lowest common denominator here, guys. Characters with giant abilities. So you can now check the status of characters with giant abilities, including Great Monkeys, Rage, etc., from the character detail screen. So this is just like the transformation button you get for the transforming units, except for now you will be able to look at like Rage Beerus's transformation, the Great Apes, the Giant Namekians, Bergamo's thing when he gets all big. You know, I don't really think that there are a whole lot as far as past units that are affected by this as far as like, oh my god, this is really important. But like, what if they're gonna start coming out with more giant or transformation style, like this style of transformation style unit, where once it goes Great Ape or once it goes Giant Namekian or whatever, it's gonna have actual abilities and things instead of just, being I don't take any damage and
For one turn,
yeah,
yeah.
That's gonna be. I guarantee you, we'll see it. Not probably the first part of year 6, but the second part of year 6.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Like you,
See, like,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, go ahead.
No, it's just basically because it's just like, why would they do this if they're not going to do that? Like, it's definitely something that's coming in year 6.
definitely feels like foreshadowing for a new unit
Yeah.
of some kind.
So
Yeah.
I won't say it's guaranteed just on my case for like a year 6 thing, but I feel like with this specifically, it is, as Omni did say, they are preparing for something that they're not fully disclosing to public player base yet. This honestly, to me, is kind of like what we went back to before. What Omni said is this should have been out day one. Like if they knew they were gonna do transforming cards that go rage mode and things like that, they have this set up for characters already in the game. Like for example, like obviously transforming Gohan, you can actually see what all the Super Saiyan 2 abilities do. That should have been introduced day one when that feature first came out to every card that had remotely any transformation, just for the sake that they could have foreshadowed it earlier. Because I mean, I feel like something like this information doesn't even need to be disclosed. Like, regardless that yes, we are gonna get, like, maybe it is coming at year 6. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna say it is because I don't necessarily know that. But overall, if something like this is coming out, it wouldn't have hurt the player base to have it. I mean, maybe people would have complained about it if they just gave it to us flat out and be like, why the hell are they giving me this for Great Ape? I already know what it does. It doesn't do shit. Like, but it's almost like they just took away this until it was relevant, or like where they're planning to make it relevant. So again, it just feels like, let's release things in waves, basically, is what they're doing. But I mean, like, if this was earlier, I don't think many people would have complained. Many people just wouldn't have used it on characters like this. So maybe people would have forgotten, and then when they realize that it's actually becoming a big thing about the game, then it would be like, oh shit, now I know why this is here,
Yeah.
Mhm. All right. Well, and then number 5 is they fixed some bugs.
Hey, let's go.
So they don't say what bugs, but they fixed them.
It can't be a game in general if the game didn't genuinely have a bug in it.
You know what they didn't fix?
What Tystra wrote in chat, not having a 170 Pepe Gals lead to Chile.
No,
Exactly.
they
That's a
didn't
bug
fix
that they have
the
yet to
friend
fix.
system.
Wait, what?
They didn't fix the friend system.
Oh yeah, no, they think the friend system's perfect. That's why.
No,
Which
no.
it's not.
Anyway,
Just give us a friend mirror, dude. Like,
so right. So continuing on, this is still JP news. Last week we talked about the fact that Super Gogeta, the Super Gogeta, got his or was getting his EZA, but at the time we didn't know what he did. We now know
Yeah.
everything that he does. So leader skill is as
Pretty
expected.
crazy.
Super int, key 3 stats 130. Extreme int, key 3 stats 90%. Super attack raises defense for 1 turn by 30%. Causes immense damage to the enemy and lowers attack and defense by 20% for 3 turns. Attack and defense plus 120% is the first part of his passive. And then attacks effective against all types with a medium chance, which is 25% chance, of evading enemies' attack, including super attack, with 1 or more rainbow key spheres obtained. Plus an additional attack plus 40% with 2 or more rainbow key spheres obtained. And a high chance, 50%, of performing a critical hit with 3 or more rainbow key spheres obtained. Link skills and categories remain the same. So, just
The
a
king of kings.
yeah, I mean, he went from his super attack just doing the lowering attack and defense by 20%, and then his passive skill was attack plus 120% and attacks effective against all types. I mean, I like him.
yeah, he can now evade. He can get an additional attack percent by 40% with 2 or more, and then also having the instantaneous chance to just get a crit with rainbow orbs. So
His stats are insane too after the EZA. Like if you just look at his regular stats, like
Those are
just
some pretty good stats right there.
just in general, this card is busted.
He's actually going to be broken. Like that's insane.
Yeah, this is a really solid EZA. I think this might be the best one so far of the 120s.
Yeah,
I would agree 100%.
I mean, it's not hard to beat Super Saiyan 3 Broly's.
Well,
Like,
I mean,
with
17 is really good. Super 17 is really
17
good.
is decent. 17 is decent.
And I know that we have Kid Buu, and I don't know what he does because I haven't really looked at him yet. But
Kid Boo's is good.
yeah,
Kid Boo's is good. But yeah, this is definitely the best one out of all of them.
he kind of falls into that same category as the Blue Boys, where you need that rainbow key support to really take advantage of them, though.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, which is fine.
Like,
worse things have happened.
There are orb changers for rainbow key spheres now, so we got a decent amount of those. So you can run them on a team with that.
We've had them for a while. I mean, Family Kamehameha, Goten.
Yeah.
So
you could run those 2 on Movie Heroes easily.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, there you go. Put them either on a rotation or something together, and bada bing, bada boom.
Right on. 2 other units get their EZA over on the JP side of things.
Fine a fucking lead, dude.
This Agility Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Goku was, I mean, he was decent when he came out, but it was the age of you didn't get defense, you didn't need it. So obviously he aged out of the meta. They have changed him to an all types key 3 stats 80% leader. Super attack raises attack and defense for 1 turn by 30% and causes supreme damage to the enemy. Passive skill is attack and defense plus 100% when performing a super attack. Attack and defense plus 59%. All allies' chance of performing a critical hit plus 7%. And attack plus 20% when there are only Realm of Gods category allies attacking in the same turn. Link skills categories remain the same.
Just throw them on Realm of Gods, dude. I mean,
right?
That percentage to have all your allies of a chance of critting.
Like,
Like, that's
What?
actually a cool kit. I'm not gonna lie, dude. That's actually kind of nice.
Nah,
I mean,
he's
obviously,
real
they're not
good.
gonna experiment with it more. You know, they're not gonna be like, "Hey, dude, crit chance for all your party members by like 50, 30, or whatever the percentage." Like 7, seven's like, okay, I see you.
Seven's fair.
There's the power
I mean,
creep.
Like,
Guess who's got that
I mean,
boy Rainbow?
it
just gotta say,
seems
dude.
really, really strong, but at the same
Yeah.
time, they've restricted it to it has to be only Realm of Gods category allies
Yeah.
attacking in the same turn. So
Honestly, I'm okay with that.
Oh, yeah,
Because
yeah.
whenever I built a team with this card specifically, it was only ever Realm of Gods. I would not throw him on anything else. Like, he wouldn't be fit in my Goku's family, my pure Saiyans, like whatever the case was. Like, that unit to me back in the day when he was like, still highly relevant for what it was, I was like, dude, definitely take Blueku. Like, let's go, dude. Let's go fuck some shit up.
Man, when this comes to global, I'm going to do extreme super battle road with Realm of Gods, using super agility units.
Yeah, you
I
can
mean,
definitely do it. From what
come
I'm
on.
seeing.
Like, really, come on, Weskai, that Goku. I mean, there's so many damn good units.
Realm of Gods is an amazing, amazing category.
Yeah, it's really good.
I just had to say finally because I used to love that Goku.
Right?
His art is just perfect.
Dude, I actually used to like that Goku over the Kaioken blue Goku.
Mm-hmm.
That's an interesting.
You were smart if you used him over the Kaioken blue Goku.
Right, because that original Kaioken blue Goku still had the same name.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And he still does today. I forgot about that.
Oof.
Imagine.
So,
You think with EZAs they'd actually fix those problems?
you'd think.
It's like,
But there's probably
way too much.
there's
of them.
probably some sort of rule where once a card has been named, like you can't go back and change the name of it. It probably has something to do with like gotcha laws or something. Like,
yeah. It's like, hey, dude, you fucked up. Not our problem. You're not
mean-
allowed to change it because
I mean, at the same time, I can believe that there would be some sort of gotcha law, but didn't they fix like Goten and Trunks to be on like Fusion, like the separate cards? Like,
right, but
like,
adding a category is different than changing a character's name, though. Like,
yeah, because at one point, they did sell the character to like other players when he
that's
first came out.
that's true. That's true.
yeah. So, I mean, that's like when they introduce a new category and they introduce it to a bunch of older cards that came out before the category came out. I mean, there's no real difference there.
Yeah.
So, but when you get into changing the name of a unit that people paid currency to summon for it, when you have a name restriction in team building, it gets into that whiny consumer area.
Mm-hmm.
The other Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku that is getting his awakening on JP is the Tech one. He goes from the 33% additional attack for every key sphere obtained to 35%. That'll be a nice little help for those of you who are still working on the punching bag events.
Yeah, me.
Right.
I can't do it anyway. I don't have Go Bros, so.
Well, you don't need Go Bros.
I know, but it's even more of a pain in the ass with LR Gohan.
It is, and wait until that Beerus gets his awakening, and then it'll probably be easier.
Yeah.
That Beerus or that Super Baby 2.
Mm.
Super attack raises attack and defense for 1 turn by 30% and causes supreme damage to enemy. Passive skill changes rainbow key spheres to tech key spheres. Attack and defense plus 100% plus an additional attack and defense plus 59%. And all allies chance of performing a crit plus 7% when there are only tech type allies attacking in the same turn.
Oh, I see what they did there.
Right. Of course, link skill and categories do not change.
That's clever. I like it.
This is legit just the punching bag event card again. Well, it was that before, but
yeah. Also,
now it's even more so.
Never mind. I was gonna say I would like Tystra to go first to talk about this, but can you just, since he kind of said that, can you just go to before the awakening? Can we just talk about his super attack?
It goes from causes supreme damage to enemy to raises attack and defense for 1 turn and causes supreme damage to enemy. I mean,
Yep.
He went from having literally nothing
to something.
to having
actually
one of the
having
best.
something.
You know,
Yeah.
raising your attack and defense is always nice.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, it's
insane.
definitely a step up. The dude was fucking had nothing going for him with the super attack.
Yeah, this is definitely going to help out with that punching bag event, just because of the fact that you're getting we already had the rainbowed attack, but
Yeah.
just getting that extra 7% as well for all tech type units attacking in the same turn, and you're also getting a 2% extra boost per key spear obtained. Like, that just makes it so much easier.
Yeah.
But what I want to know is how big of a difference is that going to make in the long run?
Oh,
Like-
you're still on your knees for RNGesus to bless you with the right
Yeah.
rotation
Right,
Yeah, of
exactly.
course.
and the
So,
right key setup.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But also at the same time, is this like, so let's say, how do I put it? Like, say you do run this Goku, like if you get the rotation of the Goku, Go Frieza, and Goku, like you get both Gokus, like I want to know how much that 14% is going to help affect it. If you have everything correct, even without a dupe in Go Frieza, you might be able to do it.
Maybe.
Like, because I know that they're saying like you want at least one dupe, maybe two to get into it. But at this point,
Yeah.
if the stat is good enough, you might not have to worry about it.
Yeah. I mean, see, like, my problem is even with my version, I'm forced to use Gohan and try to do this with intelligence because I don't have Go Bros and I don't have Go Frieza. So this is nice for the people who have it. Like, it's still nice for me because I actually really love those units, like the AGL and the Tech one. Like, they've always
Right.
held a special place in my heart, even way back when. Like I would use them like frequently back in the day. So again, seeing units like this, getting an EZA, of course, like, don't get me wrong, I could sit here and bitch about it all day. Like, dude, I'm tired of fucking EZAs, this, that, and the other thing. Like, we just went through having like 80 fucking EZA areas, and then this gets dropped on JP, and I'm like, okay, well, now at least I have time to prep for this, Like, all the
Yeah.
dupes that I have of them, either I threw into SA fodder for each of them, or for whatever dupes I have now, I can be like, okay, I don't have to waste Kais, so let me start getting my SA5, start getting their medals, Dokkan Awaken them, and just wait patiently. So I don't waste Elder Kais or Grand Kais to get them to 15. Because I know for a fact I have dupes of these guys. But
Yeah.
Right.
it's nice. It's nice. I see the power creep a little bit, for those who are still struggling like me, because you have shit RNG. Excuse me.
Yeah.
can't pull the LRs that you want. So
Just
no, but
save
this is
600
nice. This is
subs, man.
nice. This
You
is
might-
a subtle EZA. It's not overbearing. They tried to do something better for units like this. I still wish that they had done this back then for the Goku and Vegeta still, when we were in that whole Majin Buu saga vibe.
Mhm.
That would have been nice, personally, because I feel like they're a lot older, so they could have gotten the attention before these Gokus, but I can't complain, honestly.
Right.
So we can look forward to seeing these on global anywhere between 3 and 14 months from now.
Basically.
Fair enough. Fuck it, dude.
I mean, look at how it was for freaking Kale and Khalifa.
I mean, how it still is for Kale and Khalifa. So
Do we even have to talk about Tech Broly as well? Where we all just genuinely wanted like an actual Extreme Z battle. And instead we got pushed easy area. They were like, easy A? Oh, sure, here you go, easy area.
worse things have happened, but I mean, the
I
game,
know,
the
I
game
know.
itself, like we've said on the show many times, we feel it's been horribly mismanaged in the second half of the year. But
Yeah.
I have faith that they'll get their act together and things will fall in line and everything will be
Yeah.
good.
2021, you guys better step up. Talking to you, Akatsuki.
Speaking of talking to Akatsuki,
Yes.
so
You like that segue?
this is our opportunity to do just that. So the Super Dragon Ball Heroes crossover special campaign player survey. I am going to fill this out for me, and we are going to go through each one and talk about the answers. I am male.
I don't want to answer.
Well, I self-identify as male. I have all
Same.
the correct parts. That's what I came out as. That's who I am. So, how old are you? I think we all know.
41 over. No, I'm
You're
kidding.
You're
I'm
41
kidding,
or
I'm
older.
kidding,
I'm gonna
kidding.
stab you. I'm gonna stab you both.
I'm kidding.
I'm not there yet. I'm 38. Thank you very much. Hey, how often do you play Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle? I've been playing since before the yeah, okay, that's me. I've been playing since before the Super Dragon Ball Heroes special campaign began. Option 2 is I haven't been playing recently, but picked it up when the crossover special campaign began, or I started playing for the first time after the crossover campaign began. So,
I'm not gonna lie. They should have gave you like a year frame instead. Because like like saying just before the crossover, that
Well,
could have been like a day before
like-
the crossover
feel like-
dropped. To be fair.
I feel like this right here, the how often is incorrect. It should be when did you start playing?
Yeah, like that's
Like-
when I read that question too. I was like, why the fuck does this answer like question matter?
Right?
So thinking about it, I'm like, are you trying to figure out if I'm like a long-term player,
Right.
a mid-term, like just started, or
They
like
just
completely
wanna-
a newbie?
They just want to
Yeah.
get a rough idea of how much money they stole from you.
Yeah, of course, of course.
They didn't steal it.
True.
gave it
true.
away
That was
willingly.
that was our own choices. Keep that in mind.
Okay. Was there enough content for the Super Dragon Ball Heroes crossover special campaign? Not nearly, not enough, or too much. I'm not going to
Nope.
drop the not nearly enough because it's a crossover campaign. It's not like a Dokkan Festival celebration or, a dual Dokkan Fest actual real celebration like Tanabata or something, Golden Week. I'm going to put not enough. I do think that there should have been a couple more things. I don't think it was terrible.
I can gloss over this with you because ironically enough, Dokkan chat, comes in my chat when I'm streaming Genshin as well, which I'm okay with, dude. I still love the game. I'm still open to talk about Dokkan. This actually intrigued me. I used enough when I selected this. And at the same time, Ancient did bring up a really good point here. So shout out to Ancient. He told me not enough. And the minute he was like, JMO, why'd you put enough? He was like, there could have been more. And then I immediately was like, the gears are grinding. I'm like, fucking hell, he's right. Like Barlot could have gotten his awakening back. Like they could have brought that event back, in the midst of a crossover. Like why didn't we not get the events of Dokkan Awaken Barlot again for those who pulled him after his fucking release? Like years after he came out. We still can't farm his medals. What about Karoli? People who couldn't get that Dokkan Awaken yet. Like there's so much things that are locked behind events that have not been out after the fact they've been released. And I'm like, this could have been that opportunity to give those people just that. Like I still need to farm Barlot and I can't because every time I click on his medals, they're like, hey, dude, well, you see the event, you just can't click on the bitch.
Right, because it's never come back to global, but it's come back once or twice already on JP.
Why, this is what I don't understand. And when Ancient said that, I was like, that makes so much fucking sense. Like, why would they ask us this and then not put not enough? Because I put enough thinking, like, I was content with it, Like, at first, I'm like, yeah, dude, I thought there was enough content. We got, like, free-to-play cards to farm. We had all this other stuff. We had a good banner. And at least in terms of the new players, like, whoever wanted, like, Super Saiyan 4, like, the whole crossover banner was really, really good. Every unit in there is really, really good.
Yeah.
And then when Ancient said, I'm like, it gets you going. Like, you may not pull Barlot, you may not pull Karoli, but they're still intertwined with this whole ideal crossover-esque type banner or like celebration. So it almost didn't make sense that since they came out, they still, for some odd reason, refused to bring this out when those units aren't necessarily, meta breaking anymore when they first came out,
Right.
Yeah.
So that's a weird thing to consider. Obviously, I'm not going to influence people. If you already filled this out, you already filled this out. If you didn't, it's just something that I took, just again getting the gears grinding. So this actually reminded me of that. So shout outs to Ancient again, honestly, because now I'm thirsting for my Barlot. I want his medals.
Right. Omni, I know that you had taken a break from Dokkan for a while and recently came back. Were you able to play any of the Dragon Ball Heroes crossover stuff?
Nope.
Nope.
I did summon And I got Vegito, but I can't awaken him now.
Not till next year.
Game
Damn.
is freaking stupid.
Yeah, it's
That
stupid
was
to
the
bring.
most subtle, like, child pouty. This is
It's-
stupid I've ever
But he's
heard.
right. He's right.
Shut up, JMO!
It is no,
It
no,
was
no.
cute.
It's really,
It was cute.
it's really like dumb that they brought out a Dokkan Festival unit with a Dokkan
Yeah.
Festival event, but that event is not going to be part of the
100%.
rotation.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
totally agree with that.
That's
That is
stupid.
that
That's
is
really, really
stupid.
stupid. So
Yeah, so that's my big
I
complaint
see.
there.
No, I get where he's coming from. It is stupid.
yeah.
So question number 5: which collaboration events did you think were good during the Super Dragon Ball Heroes crossover? Multiple answers are allowed. The Dokkan
None
event.
in particular.
The Dokkan event
kidding.
was good. I mean, it's a Dokkan event. I mean, there's not a
Yeah.
whole lot you can do with Dokkan events, but I mean, as far as it goes, it's an event.
Kicked my butt.
The special event Super Dragon Ball Heroes Dark Empire Saga. I am not going to check this because I think 2 stages for a once a year story event for crossover is bullshit.
I agree.
I agree. I checked all 3 to be honest. I'm not gonna lie.
You're
I'm
just
in the
too
Christmas
nice.
spirit. I'm being jolly, you know. I'm like, dude, we're in the season of giving, so I'm gonna give them what they want. I'm just gonna give me
So-
all the answers.
I will say the challenge event, the Protect History Time Patrol thing, it was pretty good. Like I ran
agree.
that thing multiple times with multiple teams. I definitely got my content out of it. So, Ty,
So,
what did you
Tystra,
think of
did
those?
you do this? Yeah, I was gonna.
What's that?
Have you filled this out yourself, or?
Yeah, I already filled out mine.
Oh, okay.
I mean, eh.
Yeah.
Like it's
Aw.
kind of eh. You know, like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Like there was some good stuff, but there was just meh. It was more just summons to me. So really, everything else was just kind of bland to me.
Aw.
So as far as question 6 it goes, please tell us why you think those events were good. Optional. I'm just gonna put
Content in all caps.
protect.
It was something.
That's what I-
Thank you for
that's
giving
what I
us
put.
something.
Fun.
That's legit what I put. I literally just wrote
All right.
content.
So I put protect history was a fun challenge, and that's all I'm gonna put because
Yeah.
I mean a Dokkan event's a Dokkan event. I mean as
Yeah, no,
as long
like,
as
honestly,
the
the
event
challenge
works,
event
it's
was cute.
good.
I liked it.
So
My apologies.
question 7: which collaboration events did you think weren't so good? Well, that answer's obvious for me. So, again, like I said before, it's a story event that comes around once in a year that only has 2 stages. It's kind of stupid.
This is actually ironic because I did click that one as well. I put content for the first one. I put not enough content. That's my answer.
So you went back on your answer you said earlier.
Exactly. Like I was trying to be nice, and I was like, okay, no, next time's over. Not enough content.
They're gonna look at yours like he's an
This guy-
idiot.
Yeah, they're like, this guy had no idea. Like we fucked this guy. You can tell.
So as far as why it wasn't that good, I put a once per year story event should have more stages because that's the way I feel about it.
Oh, agreed.
No,
Agreed.
100%. Like we should have like 30 stages.
Did you perform any summons in the Super Dragon Ball Heroes crossover summon? Well, yes.
More than you wish.
More than I wish I would have, but yes, I did. Okay, moving on to question 10. For those who answered yes for question number 10. Wait, we answered question number 10, and now we're answering
Yeah.
question number... Okay, whatever. Why did you decide to perform a summon? Well, there was a character I wanted or a character I liked. The character's stats and skills were appealing. Or I always give it a try when a new character is released. Or other.
I made sure not to check that one.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I think it's more that. Like, I just wanted those units
Yeah,
because I like
that's
Super
what
Saiyan 4s.
That's what I did too.
Yeah, they were beautiful units.
I mean, obviously, you guys can
Yeah.
answer that question however it applies to you guys when you do your survey if you haven't done it already. Which, by the way, make sure you get this done because you do get five free Dragon Stones for completing it.
Woo!
So, but those stones will not be handed out until at least the 17th. So keep that in mind.
Boo. Sorry.
So.
Now that I know that, single summon, let's go. Live on the Jeep now.
All right, so
can't do
question
that to
11. What are you looking forward to in future Super Dragon Ball Hero crossover special campaigns? Multiple answers are allowed. I'm going to run through each one of these before I start checking off my answers. So your options are LR collaboration characters, Extreme Z Awakening of collaboration characters, events to recruit characters like story or special events, events to get exclusive skill orbs for collaboration characters, Virtual Dokkan Ultimate Clash crossover version, Explosive Chain Battle crossover version, Super Battle Road crossover version, summons that feature release collaboration characters, example by release year or category summons, other or nothing in particular. Well, I can tell you right now, I want all of that, all collaboration characters to come back. Just they should be in the general pool, in my opinion.
Yes,
I agree.
So
I made sure to not check LR collaborations because I'm tired of LRs. I'm that's just a personal thing for me. Again, EZAs. I don't think for once a year thing, EZAs would be fucking pointless because again, it's like if you miss out on it, you have to wait a year to do an EZA.
Right.
Yeah.
I also agree. I don't want LR collab figures. Well, okay. I'm okay with LR collab characters if they go in the general pool. I'm not okay with the situation Omni finds himself in, where he pulled a unit on the last day of the celebration and is not going to be able to Dokkan Awaken that unit for another year.
Exactly.
He's a beautiful trophy unit right now.
Yep. So, yes, I would like Extreme Z Awakening of collab units. Yes, I would like to recruit more characters. Give me all the free-to-plays. You guys know me.
I checked yes on the skill orbs.
I'm going to say yes just because give us more stuff. Like, just give it to us. I'm not particularly a fan of the skill orb.
I mean, but here's why I kind of did it. So in a sense, it kind of goes back to what you said earlier about like having more content. Like for example, with the one story event, it only had 2 stages. What they should or what they could do for future is just have orbs dedicated to those characters again, because it is only once a year thing.
Right.
So us having to be like, okay, well, I have to wait a year and maybe not even get a dupe for that same character. Why have orbs for, like we're already using potential orbs on the characters. So again, it's like, would skill orbs really hurt in a sense if they're just dedicated to those characters? Not necessarily. I mean, of course, it would be like the Bardock drop that we have now, where you just farm the Bardock stuff, you go into the Baba's treasure and do whatever, It would probably be locked behind something like that. But again, it's more content, it's more stones that you can make out of it. They could probably lock things behind missions where you can get like maybe stickers as well, because that's another thing that's popular right now at Dokkan. We can get like stickers for these characters, like exclusive to only them,
Yeah.
rather than using a normal sticker for
sort of like how they did for the Dragon Ball Super Broly units.
Yeah, I would be okay with that 100%. Like if you had to use that character like 80 runs to get a sticker for like the Vegito, so be it, dude. I'm down. Like that would entice people again for the playtime, because that's what they want. They want people to actively be playing. That would give them a reason to use the new teams that they're coming out with. So like, okay, we just released this crossover. What's going to make them use the unit other than the fact this unit looks flashy? It's probably busted. If you have all the units from that banner, all the Super Saiyan 4s, you're set. For those who may have only pulled 2 of those units, me, what's going to intrigue me to be like, okay, you know what? Now I actually kind of feel like I'm going to use Super Dragon Ball Heroes, because in my team, I'm using the Super Saiyan 3 Gohan and Trunks, because I actually have them. And I'm using the Goku and Vegeta, the base forms, with Vegito and Broly. That's just my team, just because it's a mixture of everything, It's a mixture of the 4 units that I liked back then, the ones that I hard summoned for, Trunks and Gohan specifically, and then it's the new ones that I got in Broly and Vegito. So it's like, what enticed me to keep playing this team over and over and over and over again? If they had offered like, hey, dude, free skill orbs for this character if you play this character X amount of times, you also get a sticker at the end of it, I'd be like, okay, cool. I would, again, it's just for the aesthetic. I'd be like, okay, well now, sure, I'll use this team more. Maybe I'll start link leveling without thinking about link leveling, It'll get people, it's giving people something very simple, like that's aesthetically pleasing, but also it's, again, with the link levels, if you're not thinking about it, you're realizing that after the fact, you're like, oh shit, these guys are getting link levels. Because honestly, when I link level grind, I do it subconsciously. I don't even think I'm doing it. Like I just run in events and I see link leveled for this unit. It's like at 5 out of 6. I'm like, oh shit, well, cool. Like it doesn't matter to me. But then in the long run, it's like, oh wow, I have this at link level 10. And then I'm realizing that he's better than what he was, you know? So it'll give people a chance to link level characters for teams that they're trying to force people, well, not force people, that they're trying to sell to the player base, in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right. And Tystra, what about your thoughts on some of these? Or did he AFK?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
For like kind of future stuff, like obviously the first thing that I'm gonna think of, to be honest, is probably LRs. And I think that's gonna be something that we're gonna see probably in the next celebration. I don't think they would put it on there if they didn't want it to happen.
Well, yeah.
And it's gonna give them more money.
Hot.
And more money means that's gonna last longer than Naruto Blazing. Oh wait. Sorry,
Too soon, man.
Wow, dude.
Oh, zing, man.
All
No, rip Naruto Blazing. But I could also see it's tough. I don't want to see an explosive chain battle.
I don't either.
I don't want to see it.
I don't want to see a super battle road either, to be fair.
I mean, honestly, I was leaving these 3 to last because I really feel like the only one I want to see is an Ultimate Clash.
Like
I see, that's where I sit. That's where I sit.
I'd be okay with the super battle road though. I'd be okay with it.
But
see, here's
the category
because
exists in the game already. Like crossover as a
Yeah.
category exists. Are you telling me that they're gonna make a crossover super battle road that only comes around once a year? Fuck off
No.
with that. That would be stupid.
But here's not even that. But here's the.
I don't
Go
think I don't think that would be the case at all. And just as you said, like, yeah, there's already a crossover category, but when does that stop them making a super battle road anyway? Peppy Gals was out way before.
That's what I'm saying is we know in a regular super battle road they're eventually, or we are assuming they're eventually going to get to all the categories. I don't want some special crossover version of Super Battle Road.
Yeah.
I just want the crossover stage in Super Battle Road. I don't want them to do some special crossover version like they're doing with this special crossover version of a Dokkan event. Fuck
Right.
that. Like
I
you
don't
put
think-
content in the
so-
game, put it in the fucking game.
I don't think they would do that for Super Battle Road, and the only reason why is because that would make no sense to the other Super Battle Roads. Like
So
Virtual Dokkan Clash, it's understandable. That's a season. That would be a seasonal thing for that. I get it. You know, when it comes to Explosive Chain Battle, as much as I hate it, I could understand it being there. I could understand why they would do it. Super Battle Road, I think if they did it, they wouldn't make it just exclusive to just that. The only thing that would suck, though, for the other people is that if they didn't get the chance to get those units before, you know, if they keep it as a yearly thing, but they keep the Super Battle Road of crossover, it would be hard for them to even like say, well, I've completed everything because they wouldn't have it. So I think
Yeah.
in turn they would need to also put those units back into, or not back, but put them in the general pool.
Yeah.
That's where I was gonna say is kind of why I was gonna bring up the 2 bulletins specifically. It's not that I'm trying to be that guy. I'm not trying to sass anything. Here's the reason why I don't want an LR. One, every banner so far for Super Dragon Ball Heroes has been a guaranteed featured card. Adding an LR into that fray of being a guaranteed possibility of getting an LR is probably gonna change the banner to where it'll be like a normal banner where you won't be guaranteed a featured unit whatsoever. I don't see them just handing you a free LR or a chance at a free LR guaranteed summon for a scouter unit. In turn, what goes back to the Super Battle Road thing is, in my case, and probably many others who did summon it, who may have not pulled every Super Dragon Ball Heroes unit that's modern, like, for example, you know, the Super Saiyan 4 Bardock. I didn't walk out with Bardock or Gohan. It's gonna lock players that have not pulled all of the better units, because I personally don't assume you would be able to beat it with the team that I'm running, like the Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, the Broly, the normal base form Goku and Vegeta, and the Super Saiyan 3 Gohan and Trunks, unless they all got Awakenings and EZAs after the fact. and where those EZAs would have to stack what they lack in. That's why I personally don't want to see a Super Battle Road in that sense, because again, it's locking players out of having the ability to have stones, which would just necessarily only cater to those who are actively spending enough money to have enough stones to pull virtually everything on the banner. Because I honestly thought, I was like, okay, I'm going to go 150 stones in this banner. I'm likely to pull, Bardock, Gohan, Vegito, and Broly. I ended up pulling Vegito twice with Broly and 2 of Mira and 2 of Toa by the end of all of it. I didn't walk out with Well, I mean, I did get Demon King Vegeta, or the Demon King whatever, and the Vegeta form of it, the Black Mass Saiyan. I got them as well, but again, like in Team Comp, if you didn't even pull like half of that banner, or even some of the older ones, you wouldn't even be able to attempt the EZA unless you were using, like, if they locked, because I'm assuming if they did make a Super Battle Road, they would only lock it to that specific category. Like, they wouldn't let you just be like, hey, dude, yeah, you can take Kamehameha and Peppy Gals to this as well, Like, categories that you'll know will destroy the event, regardless of the fact.
Yeah, but there's
unless
more,
they had
there's more
restrictions.
units than just the Super Dragon Ball Heroes units in the
Well,
crossover.
yeah.
So
yeah.
we have all those, and I can somewhat agree, but at the same time, like when it comes to the power creep of crossover, like take for example Peppy Gals. Peppy Gals is the easiest EZA out there, and it came at a time when I think it released with, at the time, Hybrid Saiyans, which I think when that released, that was the hardest one out of those, or at least I could be mistaken, which is highly possible. I've been mistaken before. The only thing that I could say is that I don't think it would be as hard as many would think. Like, they would have to do it within the limitations of those units. So back then, when Peppy Gals released, there wasn't that many units that could do that. Peppy Gals, back when it first released, was a lot harder than it seemed.
But still a lot easier than every other category Super Battle Road because of the lack of a roster.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying, though, is like, if crossover Super Battle Road were to happen, it would have to be within the limitations of, at that time, what those characters could do. Not too hard, but hard enough to where it's a challenge, because it would have to be a challenge. It's one of the hardest fucking things out there. So
yeah,
I get where you're coming from, but I'm also, as somebody who hates Super Battle Road with a passion.
Oh, I do too. I don't even farm it.
I stopped.
Dude, I walked out with Gohan and I never looked back. I still have yet to even care to attempt any of the ESBRs. I'm just not motivated whatsoever to do them, which also kind of, again, that could be my biased opinion as to why I don't want to see a Super Battle Road. But at the same time, again, with so just for me, again, with the power creep and everything, like, obviously Dokkan's eventually going to start bringing up that battle creep. We're already seeing it now with the power creep with just the Super Saiyan Blue Goku EZAs. Like, it's a subtle power creep, but at the same time, I don't see them dumbing down a Super Battle Road to fit the standards of someone else's box. They're not going to do that. Like, that's just something I personally don't see.
Well, no,
I see it like to where, I see it to where it's going to be like, you have to have Vegito. You're like, in my perfect world, ideal of this, you wouldn't be able to beat the Super Battle Road without a unit like Vegito. Like, I don't even, so to my knowledge, the Goku and Vegeta that we have right now, the physical Goku and the Vegeta, they don't even awaken yet, right? Correct. So ideally, you wouldn't even you won't even take them because they probably
amazing support.
Yeah,
well, I guess so. I mean, I guess so. But again, it's like, it all comes down.
It's all about defense,
Oh yeah.
Like, we've seen Alec how many fucking times now? Fucking do some ridiculous shit on SBR.
But it's like, Alec's a special case. Like, do you really expect the normal player base to spend 3 hours in a Super Battle Road just because they don't have the top tier units that are featured on the banner at the moment?
Back in the day when SBR came out, if you didn't have certain units, you weren't going to beat SBR. Like, that was just a given in general.
Back in the day, a lot of people just modded it.
Yeah.
Now, I was beating it with teams that people said wouldn't even fucking work. So I'm just gonna put it out there. Like, I got lucky with most of mine. That's like legit.
That's what I'm saying, is that could apply for crossover as well. There are so many units where I don't even think you would need Vegito. I really don't think they would make it to where you would only need one specific unit to beat the whole damn thing. And if they did, then that would be a stupid mistake on theirs. I think they would do it like they've been doing with SBRs. Challenging, but you need to have a cohesive team. And especially now that we got so many defense builders in general. And I believe we have I think 2 in crossover as it is. And then we also have that freaking AGL Bardock, which will help out a lot as well.
Yeah.
I truly think that a crossover SBR would not be so bad.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if they don't fucking bring those units into the general pool, making an SBR would be a stupid fucking thing for them to do in the first place.
Yeah,
Right.
that's why I'm against even having a banner, because keeping in mind too, let's just say hypothetically someone did just start as well. Not to keep this topic ongoing.
Mhm.
You're not gonna have half the units, regardless of that fact. You know?
Right.
Super
again,
Battle Road
it's
is not a
still
mode
locked
of the game
behind
that's
whenever you
made
start.
for new players.
Well, yeah, no, I get.
Super
Like,
Battle
I
Road is
understand
endgame
that, but
content.
even then, like, it would still feature the idea of a banner that what we might get next year, where Vegito, Broly, Gohan, and Bardock aren't going to be featured next year on the next crossover. So again, it's going to come down to, if you summon, you're still guaranteed a featured card, but is it going to be the one that you necessarily want, or the one that you could use for the rest of your synergy for your team? You know, because
Mhm.
I feel like if it wasn't for me pulling Gohan or Trunks way back when,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even build the team to even try it. Like, I would have just had Broly, the Goku, Vegeta, and Vegito, and I would have said fuck this team. Like, if it wasn't for me at least having Gohan and Trunks, I wouldn't have been open to the idea of being like, okay, I'll actually test this team out, just for my own satisfaction, to make myself feel like I'm giving the new categories a chance.
Right.
That's just kind of where I sit on it. But again, this is coming from someone who rarely plays SBR as well. And just with the idea of having guaranteed SSR or featured units drop, I don't see them doing an LR like that. I don't think they would give an LR away for free, because technically
Yeah.
that's kind of where that
Strength
heads.
VB.
Well, I think he means in like summons and shit like that.
Well, yeah, like in some.
Because you would have that guaranteed feature.
Well, it
every
wouldn't be
fucking-
free because
Yeah.
you'd be summoning.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
but still, I don't. It's kind of like a freebie when you
No.
think about it. Like, in comparison to how much stones you could possibly spend on a normal banner. That's like an LR Dokkan Fest banner, or whatever the case is. You know.
To be fair on both sides, I see where JMo's coming from because of the fact that, having an LR in such a small featured where it's going to be a guaranteed feature every time, I get that. But I also get Alec's standpoint in this sense, because look at both me and Alec with this last celebration.
Yeah.
This isn't me trying to rub it in, Alec. I'm sorry.
No, I had good luck. I just didn't get as many copies of that specific unit.
Yeah. So take the Vegito, for example. Like, Alec, you went like 1K stones, didn't you?
700 or 750, I think.
Yeah, you went 750. I went 850. I rainbowed +1 also the physical Vegito. He pulled 1.
But I also
Yeah.
rainbowed that Mira. I didn't have a single copy of him, and I've got him rainbowed now. So I mean, I had the same pull luck that you did. I just had it for different units.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I guess,
So-
but that's what I'm kind of saying is like.
But my one big argument about they're not going to make it easy for you to get LRs, through this, the step up banners.
Yeah.
They make it easy for people to get LRs. I do think that they would probably change the split on the banner, though. If they were going to keep it guaranteed featured, they would definitely change the split to 5 and 5. If they were going to put an LR on there, they would not
Yeah.
keep it 7 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which they should honestly
They should
in my
fucking do that anyway.
in the first place.
They should
Yeah.
honestly with
It's-
guaranteed featured, make the featured pool 3% and the unfeatured pool 7%. Like, seriously.
Yeah. I agree.
Because you're getting a featured unit in that last slot no matter what,
Yeah. So it wouldn't make sense not to boost the other ones.
But anyway, under other, I would like the Super Dragon Ball Hero units to go into the general pool, please.
Facts.
He
Facts,
said,
dude.
he even said please.
Yes.
Yeah. If they don't give
They
you
should
like
do that in
10
the
dragon
first place.
stones just for using the word please, fuck them. No, I'm kidding.
Moving on to question 12. Have you watched Dokkan Now Volume 3? Your options are I
Nope.
watched it the day it was released, I watched it the day after it was, or after the day it was released, or I have not watched it. Tystra and I live streamed it.
I think I was there too.
I think you
Yeah.
were there for part of it. It was late.
I
You're
was there
being
as
way
well
too
in my
modest.
dreams.
What actually happened was I was late, and Alec, Bevaz, OmniToast, and a couple others, I think, watched it. I came in after it ended, apologized profusely, swallowed sadness, sent some faxes, called a sex line, cried deeply, demanded a refund, ate a bagel.
Wow, dude.
All in that order?
All in that order.
Fancy.
And I was just there in my dreams, so
So,
Alright.
for those who answered I watched it in question number 13, were you satisfied with Volume 3?
no.
No, I honestly was not. Because once
thought it
again, we were faced with a situation where we basically knew it was coming
Hmm.
before it happened.
Also, we host the Global Game podcast.
Well, no, I mean,
I'm
There's-
teasing, I'm teasing.
every time there's been a Dokkan Now. Every single time there's been a Dokkan Now. And even when you have some of the not Dokkan Now, but like the live streams for other things, like even on the JP side, there's data downloads that spoil everything. What the hell is the point of having a promotional like program at all if you're just going to let everything get spoiled an hour and a half before you're supposed to go live?
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah, like the update should go live afterwards.
It's like it feels like again something horribly mismanaged on the global side.
Hmm.
No, that's true facts. Like, I talk about how I want to be surprised. That's why I want these games to catch up to each other. Like, I know that's an unpopular opinion, but that's how I feel. I want to be surprised. I want to be hyped. You know, that's why like I get hyped for like Genshin stuff. That's why I get hyped for like Destiny. Like, because they wait and then they release the shit and get you hyped up for it. And then when it finally comes down to download it, then you figure out what's going on. With Dokkan, they've constantly made this stupid fucking mistake. And this is like the second time in a row with a Dokkan Now, where the download comes before the Dokkan Now, and everyone's like, oh, well, we already know it's coming because, you know, there's great people out there that'll just grab the download and just be like, hey, here's all the info. Don't stay up.
Right. So question 14, would you like Dokkan Now to be continued? It honestly does not matter to me if they do or if they don't. I don't know if you guys feel one way or the other about it, but it really doesn't matter to me.
But I really like the guy who announces everything. He
Me
seems
too.
like such a happy person.
I like him.
Dude, so I guess
Paid actor.
for me, I want them to continue, and this is gonna sound sappy as shit, but you know, I love talking to you guys about Dokkan. So
Oh, too bad I just got back into it again.
yeah, for the 15th time, Omni.
For the 15th time, yeah.
I think
It's
outside
like
of
I try to leave and it just yanks me by my. Okay, I was about
Yeah.
to say thing.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Your penis.
I mean,
There you go.
it doesn't help that you have enablers like me who are like, hey, I have a spare rank 500 account.
Hey, no, or enablers like, hey, your thumbnails are cool. Keep making them. And so I'm still keeping in the loop of the game, even though I don't play the game.
You don't have to make the thumbnails, dude. You're the one who chose to stay on.
You're welcome.
I feel like I leave. I'm gonna either have you or Tystra call me like in a drunk sorrow state.
You.
It'll end up being JMO because he'll be like, why are you making me do another fucking thumbnail
Why do
this
you have me?
week?
What do you have me
Right.
doing
You
more
gotta
goddamn
come back here.
work?
I gotta make like thumbnails for like 80 different people. I need someone else to do this. Also, speaking of overlays, can you crop
Crop
the
what?
screen outward a little bit so I see the green?
Oh, he's losing his
Oh,
mind.
Jesus,
I'm
JMO.
kidding. I'm
Here's
kidding.
the
I'm
issue,
kidding.
Alec.
I see the green. I chose to not acknowledge it. I'm only joking. You don't have to fix it.
You're only
There you
joking.
go. You don't see green now, do you, son?
Actually, I do.
Yeah,
You're on crack.
Bottom. It's on the top, bottom, and the left.
it's barely.
There's no fucking green there. Get your
I-
eyes
I-
checked.
It is.
Alec, I hate to say it, I see it too.
You guys are drunk.
You guys are just- I'm not
Seriously,
as much as you think.
Anyway,
All right, question 15.
Question 15.
No.
Which characters would you like to see in Dokkan Battle in the future? Characters that have not
100%.
appeared before? New rarities for currently available characters? Fuck no.
No new
Addition of
rarities.
characters whose card image has multiple characters, duo characters, characters who can activate exchange, blah blah blah, or other.
No.
I just want characters who haven't appeared before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
Dr.
you.
Wheelo, so on and so forth. Yeah.
Or haven't appeared by themselves before.
Garlic Jr.
Hmm. Okay.
Wait, Trevor, he gets paid?
Nobody-
Alec gets, I mean, not JMO gets
nobody-
paid for his thumbnail?
Nobody gets paid. Nobody gets paid.
Nobody-
At least not
That's
by
actually
me.
why I made Trevor thumbnails and he's paid me.
I was about to
So-
go on strike.
No, I don't pay anybody.
No, he doesn't. He
can't
just pays
afford
me
to.
in his affection and love, dude. That's all I can ask for.
Yeah, something like that.
Gives them beard.
What do you
tickle.
mean something like that?
Something like that. If you were all about my affection and my love, you would have told me about my screen being off when we were looking at this stuff earlier before we went live, asshole.
Ooh.
Sure. I mean, I was
Fight,
indulging in.
fight,
I'm
kiss.
sorry. That's an honest answer. I was indulging in. Genshin.
Ahaha, this is
for
what I've been
chests.
waiting for.
All right.
Yes.
170% Pepe Gal's lead cheat light, please.
For those
Oh
who
my
answered
God.
characters that have not appeared before in question number 17, please tell us which characters you'd like to see most.
Garlic.
Can I go over my
Jr.
list? Can I just go over my list as well? So I asked specifically while you type your answer out. I wanted to see LRs of Garlic Jr., Dr. Willow, and Lord Slug. Like an actual transforming to giant form Lord Slug.
Okay.
Just because out of all the movie bosses, other than Cooler and I think 13, they're the only ones without representation.
Is it
Granted-
Aniraza or Anilaza?
For who?
The big mergy robot guy thing.
From the Tournament of Power.
So, is it
Oh, it's,
Aniraza?
I have no idea. I don't care
Agni-
for Dragon Ball Super.
It's Annie Laza.
Anilaza. 2 L's or 1 L. Whatever, they'll figure it out.
ANILAZA.
Yeah, they'll figure that out.
Yeah. Annie Laza.
But so for me personally, I would have loved to see, because I feel like with Strength Cooler, unless a extremely high power creep shows up, I don't think we're ever gonna see like an LR Cooler, for whatever reason. Same thing kind of with Android 13. I don't see them doing it because we already have a transforming 13. Summonable cards, I would actually like to see a Vegeta back when he was fighting Android
Mr.
19.
Bobo.
Like, that's still one
Mr.
card that I'd love to
Bobo.
see. No, not as a summonable. Like a free to play, sure.
This doesn't
But-
say summonable characters. It just says characters.
No, I wrote it myself. Like when I
Right.
did this, so when I posted it in the Discord, everyone was sharing the list. And I was like, okay,
you
I'll share mine.
went into super detail about it, it sounds like.
Right.
Yeah. Like for summonable cards, I would like to see a Super Saiyan Vegeta from against Android 19, even though
Okay.
even though someone did say we have Prime Battle. Fuck Prime Battle first and foremost. Like I just want to see I want to see like a genuine revamped version, because revamps are not something that is uncommon with Dokkan. Like if that wasn't the case, we wouldn't have like 3 different fucking Super Saiyan 3 Gokus. Okay, case in point. I want to see a Super Saiyan Trunks from the Imperfect Cell saga. So kind of when Cell was like second form, and Vegeta was like enticing Cell to get 18, and Trunks were fused. I want to see a Trunks of that type of style, even though we have the end of Cell Saga Trunks where he does like the Heat Dome or whatever. I want to see a different variant of that Trunks, because the only other type of Trunks that we have like that is locked with the Exchange Vegeta. I also want to see a Goku base form that can transform to full Super Saiyan Goku. In my honest opinion, I'm a fanboy of Lord Slug's movie. It's my favorite movie of all time. Of course, I want to see a Goku that can transform to full Super Saiyan. It won't even be. It's technically not even full Super Saiyan at that point, but just give him an active skill where he can do more damage, and just look the part of that Goku. I'd be okay with that.
Wait. Hold on. You said that you want a Trunks from the Imperfect Saga. The one where he fights, or Imperfect Cell Saga, where he fights Imperfect Cell after Cell games and all that?
After Cell officially has Android 17 absorbed. So second form Cell, if you will. So semi-perfect Cell, my apologies.
So what you're saying, you want a more usable Super Trunks.
In a sense, but not Super Trunks, just Super Saiyan. Because I feel like we have way too many Super Trunks.
Well, I mean, there could be a Super Saiyan Trunks that transforms into Super Trunks.
I would be okay with that. That honestly would be
Doesn't
better.
that kind of defeat the purpose of characters we already have? These are characters that have not appeared before at all.
Moro.
Like we have
Well, yeah,
we have a
but
million
still,
Super Saiyan Vegetas.
Moro!
We have
I
we
mean,
have
still, we don't have.
a million Super Saiyan Trunkses. Like
Yeah,
let's
which
let's
is
stop riding
fine.
the dicks of Saiyans and
is
get other
fine.
characters in here.
Which is fine, but
Moro.
I have to be biased to my favorite characters.
You
That's
be
the only
biased
reason
all
why
you
I
want.
did it.
I don't see how putting a list of characters who that already have representation in the
it doesn't.
game answers this question.
Well, I know, but
Moro.
still, I just had to. And then I also said a summonable Yamcha and a Hirudegarn because,
So, while we've been talking, I put Garlic Jr., Dr. Wheelo, Anilaza, Dr. Rhoda, Chilai Lemo, a youth version of Dende, an adult version of Dende, Mr. Popo, and Margarita. She's the angel with the pigtails
Yes.
Oh yeah.
from Universe 11.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, I think
What's the God of Destruction's name from Universe 11? I want him too.
Are you talking about the clown one?
The clown dude, yeah.
That's actually what I was about to say.
Belmod.
Belmont, thank you.
I think it's Belmont, yeah.
There we go.
There's like 3 different variants of his name.
They'll
Or the
figure
rat one,
they'll
the
figure it
rat
out.
one. I think the
So
rat
I
one
also
would be a fun
put
one.
like a normal General Tao instead of Cyborg Tao. You know, the Spice Boys, Metamacha, and Gila.
There's already a General Tao.
Yeah, but like more of like a
He wants
better
a
one
good
than what
one.
we have.
But
you know.
again, characters that have not appeared before.
Well, to me, he hasn't appeared because how many people actually have a General Tao?
I do.
Cyborg Tao.
I have multiple
SR General
Taos.
Tao, thank you.
SR, that's nothing, dude. Give me a free to play that.
Can we
goes
get a useful
SSR.
Whis, dude? There are several useful Whis. There's the Strength Whis and the Int Whis. The Strength Whis being much better than the Int Whis. Sorry, I don't normally address chat, but that one right there is like, what? We have useful Whis. Don't be like that.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, we do, guys. Come on.
All right.
Also,
Fight.
I kind of want like a dual card of Goku and Piccolo from the Raditz saga thing.
Oh no, that would be dope.
So,
Yeah.
all right. So, what is your Dokkan Battle user ID?
None yet.
228-0299-368. You're not gonna get your stones
know
if you
that.
don't give them your number.
The
Yeah,
fact that you have that memorized, or did you look off your phone?
I have it memorized.
I
That's
have
impressive.
mine memorized as well.
That's very impressive, both of you.
So,
Yeah, 591253172. Add me on Dokkan.
So, all right, guys. So that gets us through. Register that thing so I can get my stones here in a few days. Fantastic. What is next on the agenda? Because we actually kind of have a short show today.
I'm glad that I
It
took the time to
depends
just
on how the discussion goes. 'cause
Yeah, I've seen
I got
some
one
of them
of
already.
I
Okay.
got mine now.
So just a heads up, guys, we've got some stuff ending in the next couple of days. We've got the Extreme Z
Good.
battle for the Super Saiyan 3 Broly, and then the story events Super Warrior Slam, Wrath of the Dragon, defeat the legendary Super Saiyan, all ending in the next 1 day, 3 hours. So you got literally 1 day to do these.
Yeah.
So
good. Get the fuck out of here.
sorry, Facebook. By the time you see a highlight of this, if this is a highlight, they'll be gone already. Sorry. Other than that, everything is here until January. Like everything.
Let's go.
Everything that is available currently, other than those handful of events I just mentioned, will be here for the rest of the calendar year. So,
Hey.
you've got some farming that you can do if you need any of the. Sorry, where was it? Right here. What is this? Kid Trunks, Kid Goten, and a Videl come out of Defeat the Legendary Super Saiyan. Does anything come out of Wrath of the Dragon? Oh yeah, got Saiyaman 1, Saiyaman 2, and a Kid Trunks that you can farm out of Wrath of the Dragon. And then I feel like there was something in here that I really wanted people to. Oh yeah, Bio Broly. Don't sleep on Bio Broly. I'm joking, by the way.
I'm not.
But
Give us a
anyway,
super-
also
give us
free to
a
play
summable card.
Krillin, so you guys can farm up because you need that Krillin from the Baba shop for the Frieza Prime Battle Frieza EZA. So you can farm that Strength Krillin super attack with this Krillin. So it's not the best in the world, but it's better than nothing.
Reach.
Hold on. Going on a coffee fit, my bad.
Don't die. Don't die.
Alright, I'm good. Sorry about that.
All right, so that's kind of how everything wraps up as far as what's going away soon and what you guys should probably be looking at to farm if you haven't already. We are going to talk about some upcoming stuff. We don't have confirmation of exactly when this stuff is coming up, but we do know it is coming. We're getting the Magical Girl Fighters easy area, which will EZA the Rosie, Kakunsa, and Strength Ribrianne. We did cover the EZAs of Rosie and Kakunsa last week, so if you guys are interested in that, go ahead and check out the highlight over on the Global Gang Podcast channel on YouTube. But we are going to jump through Ribrianne's details here really quick. There's some fun stuff here. Peppy Gal's category key plus 3, stats 99%, or strength key plus 3, 50%, or strength key plus 3, stats 50%. I think it's funny that they did 99 and not 100%.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was actually going to point out too.
Yeah, I just think it's funny. So she has 2 different super attacks. 70% of the time you're going to see Ribrianne's Super Amore Shower, which raises attack and defense for 1 turn by 30%, causes supreme damage to the enemy, and lowers defense for 40% for 3 turns. 30% of the time you will get Eternal Love, which is raises attack and defense for 1 turn, again by 30%, causes supreme damage to the enemy with greater power. It raises the super attack multiplier by 60% during super attack, and lowers defense. Passive skill, attack and defense plus 22% per Peppy Gal's category ally on the team. Recovers 22,222 hit points per Rainbow Key Sphere obtained, plus an additional attack and defense plus 22%. Chance of performing a critical hit 22%, and chance of evading enemies' attack, including super attack, plus 22% when there's an ally whose name includes Rosie or Kakunsa attacking in the same turn. Link skills and categories do not change. So, feeding off of last week's discussion about Rosie and Kakunsa and how well that they're paired together, and you want to run them with a Brienne or Ribrianne or whatever. How do you guys feel about this unit's awakening?
Jesus. I feel like as a free-to-play unit, that's pretty monstrous, to be honest. Like, the health regen is pretty nice, and then obviously the 22% critical hit and a chance of evading at 22%. Obviously, for those who are going to ask, like, what the 2's about, it's because they're Universe 2. That's the only reason why it's doing that. But yeah, I like this awakening for her. I might actually use her for like a free-to-play Universal Survival Saga team.
Dude, honestly, I didn't even think about the Universe 2 thing.
Yeah. Well, I know that there's people that might ask about it, because there's people who go, why does Goku have 59%?
I was just thinking that this was a free-to-play unit, and they were just, limiting it in some way, shape, or form, because those are all really good things to add to a free-to-play unit.
Mm-hmm.
So, Omni, you got any thoughts on this beautiful beast?
I don't have it farmed. No, actually, for me, I'm going to try to farm them up as much as I can tonight because, yeah.
I would say you got until the end of the year. You're good to go.
Oh, this one's to the end of the year?
Yep.
Oh, never mind then.
This one's until January.
Yay.
So, yeah, all of the stuff with the girls is.
Right now.
Plenty of time.
Also,
Yeah.
I know that you're just kind of working on some stuff with that account. Free-to-play Peppy Gals might be a very viable option until you can get other stuff rolling.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. That and like I said, the downside is redoing the Bardock team and the Ginyu team. It's just,
annoying.
They're so repetitive.
Yep, I feel that.
Yeah, I might work on them first. The only issue is I don't have a really well team to get the higher drop rates.
Yeah.
And the drop rates suck.
I mean, you could basically run a Universe team a Universe 2 team now, can't you? You can take Int Brienne as your leader. This Brienne makes 2. The physical Brienne makes 3. Rosie and Kakunsa make 4 and 5. So we're really just missing one more Universe 2 unit.
They need to get the guys that kept cheering them on at the tournament.
Right.
No, they need that Cleopatra God of Destruction.
Oh, facts. Yes.
Oh yeah, she's pretty cool. So.
Yeah.
But
She's
yeah,
kinda cute.
I mean, I feel like I could sit here for the next 20 minutes singing the praises of Peppy Gals and of free-to-play Peppy Gals, you know, and
Mhm.
this unit in particular, I mean, she's going to be clutch on a lot of things, but you're not really going to use her outside of Peppy Gals or Universe Survival Saga, I don't think.
Yeah.
99 why?
What?
Huh? What?
So we discussed the 222, but why 9 is my
I don't know.
question.
The
Like, what's the
99%?
99? Like why did they not want
Because
100%?
when she started off, she was 77% or 88%, and then I think her unawakened is 77.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Oh, okay, so that makes more
77,
sense. 88, 99.
88,
Gotcha.
99. Yep.
Okay, so just cheese. I get you.
Yep. It's just them being them.
All right, so I mean,
And
yeah.
al-
I mean,
and al-
obviously it's
and
becoming a
also
better
that-
unit because it's already busted. I was just questioning because I was confused.
And I also kind of figured too, because they didn't want to make her too strong to where she can be you can replace her, like replace the int one with her.
Yeah.
Well,
Because the int one isn't she an actual
she's a
120
120.
leader?
She's a 120 lead. But I mean, the thing is, okay, if you're looking at like super battle road, like the Peppy Gal super battle road, you could no item that with a 50% leader. I know. I've done
I know I've done it.
it. So
God, let them flex over here.
it's not difficult. Like if you guys want to see how easy Peppy Gal Super Battle Road is, go watch the most recent episode of Limited Battle Road on the Global Gang Podcast YouTube channel. Tystra and I went in with a 50% and a 70% leader. And we finished within a minute and 5 seconds of each other, I think. Not gonna say who finished first, but go watch the video.
Yeah, you should do that.
So
And smash that like button, hit that subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell.
Do it, guys. Do it.
And then when you're done, don't forget to
Oh my lord.
I approve. Anyway, so any other thoughts on Ribrianne here before we jump into the meat of what's probably going to end up being today's show?
Brienne better.
Brienne better.
All right. So as you guys know, every week we host a discussion topic for the show. This week was kind of pretty open-ended. I just said design your ideal Dokkan celebration. Now, the examples that I gave, and this was very, no detail, just have an idea of what you can play around with here. A Dokkan Fest banner in part 1, an LR banner in part 2, 1 traditional EZA per celebration, 1 or 2 easy area awakenings per celebration, login bonuses, missions, social media campaign for bigger celebrations, and Dokkan Now for bigger celebrations. Then I said, of course, feel free to add more details and ideas to your format. I just went with basic structure. So Dark Sun is our first response. He says, I think your suggestion is the perfect campaign. Granted, some units would be geared towards new players like the Halloween celebration, but I like this setup. I would only add updates to new events such as Infinite Dragon Ball History, Legendary Goku event, or new types like Frieza, Super Battle Road, Extreme Super Battle Road, Explosive Chain Battle, and Ultimate Clash. Yeah, I agree that those are definitely things that you could add into the celebrations. But new stages of Super Battle Road, new stages of Extreme Super Battle Road, Explosive Chain Battle, Ultimate Clash, those things don't come around every single celebration.
Yeah.
But it is important, I guess, while you're thinking about it, to think about those things while you're designing your own celebration, whether or not you want to design into that, new stuff.
Yeah.
So, before we continue on here, you guys want to give a high-level overview of what you think the perfect Dokkan celebration would look like?
I honestly can't.
Okay.
I mean,
I-
if nobody's got one.
I came into this podcast unprepared, so I didn't set one up now.
Somebody didn't read his show notes. Of course, I don't think you knew you were going to be on the show until today.
No, I didn't.
So,
So I got basically kind of a rough draft. Like I'm thinking about actually expanding on it, but of course I'm gonna be that guy. I don't give a fuck. I know it's not gonna happen. But this is why we're talking about ideal celebrations. All right.
Oh my god, here we go.
NAJ collab celebration. My Hero Academia. Don't give a shit. Hate me. Don't care. I'm better. I don't care. That's But no, seriously, I did kind of jot down a couple notes for My Hero Academia collab celebration. I originally was going to make it a blue coin banner because of crossover, because definitely I think crossover will kind of fit with them because bye on me. I'm just kidding. I didn't mean to be mean. Welcome back.
My Discord just said I'm gonna have a stroke now.
Oh, okay. I was feeling bad. I was like, man, I'm sorry. I was just going into persona. My apologies.
No. My Discords are like, and flatlined, and now I'm back.
But yeah. So originally it was going to be a blue coin banner, but I figured, I was like, you know what? If this is going to be the ideal, I would like this also to be the time where they introduce all the crossover units from before into the general pool, except for obviously the Arales, because the Arales were Dokkan Fest. Now, Dokkan Fest banner crossover, a singular banner introducing 3 new units. Hero in Training Super Tech Midoriya Izuku. Pulling the Pin, Extreme STR Katsuki Bakugo. And then Gravity Defying Super Int Yoraka Ochako. I think those would be 3 really good units to bring in because they're 3 of the most popular characters in the franchise. You could even sub for maybe Todoroki, Hilda, or whatever. There's a reason why I'm not mentioning All Might though.
I was about to say
there's a reason why, and I'll get to that. Now, filler units. I would say that you could probably even put the Arale units in, just to fill up the rest of the banner. They won't do it, but this is my celebration.
Exactly.
You could put the Arale units. You could put some of the Super Dragon Ball Heroes units as a featured. Like I said, it would kind of do that crossover thing. Makes sense.
Okay.
Story event. The name of it would be A Bright Future Hero's Journey. 5 stages. Make it very simple. Crossover, increased drop rate. Also hero, because I would say introduce the hero category into it. Each stage has a hard and Z-hard, obviously. Stage 1, hard, training items or shoes. Z-hard would be the wristbands. Stage 2, gold awakening medals. Z-hard, rainbow awakening medals. Stage 3, All Might drop card. That's going to be the free-to-play unit.
Okay.
All Might drop, increased chance, obviously, on Z-hard. Stage 4, support items. You could probably do maybe Ghost Ushers or fucking, let's say, like, Kid Mai stuff. Same with the Z-hard. Maybe put, like, maybe a Whis in there or 2. Stage 5, obviously, Awakening Medals for All Might. The unit for All Might would be called Shining Beacon of Hope, Super Physical All Might card. Would be the free-to-play leader for heroes, obviously. And then possible EZAs. I think that this would also be a really good time for them to actually EZA the Fusions units, which would also bring back the story event for the Fusions units to get those medals so that they could be awakened.
Okay.
So
I have one question.
Yeah.
The hero category. How broad is that?
So obviously, so you'd have the heroes units, Great Saiyaman units as well.
So like superhero units.
Basically.
Okay, so that would eliminate. Okay, because I was like, technically heroes means every good guy in existence.
No. It'd be a superhero-esque type of.
All right, got it. Yeah, it's a superhero category. Okay, I get
heroic archetype could be the name of the category.
Yeah, and you could even kind of like, in a sense, bring in a story event where you could get that free to play. What's his name from the Arale?
Superman.
Yeah, Superman.
Well, they call him Sour Man, I believe, in the translations, but the Japanese version, he's Superman.
Superman. You could bring him into it. In essence, I guess you could bring maybe even the Arales into it if you wanted to be like cheeky in a sense. But that's why I'm like it'd be a hero / crossover category type of
Got
thing.
it. I got it. All right, cool. That was my question. Move on.
So with this, you would basically fix a lot of the issues, and I think it would be a relatively hype banner. Again, I don't see a collaboration coming anytime soon between the two animes because obviously, they're not under the same creator. But I'm always going to be the guy that thinks that out of any other anime, I think My Hero would kind of mesh better with Dragon Ball outside of One Piece, only because of the fact that it has so many similarities and the power scaling it's not even, but in essence, like the level of scaling is starting to like ramp up in that series. So
I don't know about y'all, but I'm waiting for that Dragon Ball Z Hellsing crossover.
I'm down.
So,
All
but
right.
yeah, that would be mine.
I'd be down. It sounds like there's a lot of stuff to do in that celebration. I think any celebration that we talk about here, you're going to see that there'd be a lot more content than what Dokkan normally gives us.
All right. So I'll throw one together real quick. Dokkan Fest, Gogeta. LR banner, Gogeta. Traditional EZA, Gogeta.
Oh my
One
god.
or two, 3 EZA areas, free to play Gogeta. Log in.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding.
The
I'm
first
kidding.
Login
EZA
login
All
bonus.
right.
First day you get a Gogeta for free.
So
Exactly.
I don't have a whole thing laid out, but I do have one thing I would like, and I think JMO mentioned it earlier. I would like a Dokkan Fest Vegeta that is a transforming Vegeta from his fight with Android 19.
Okay.
I would like that too.
Yep.
Because that Super Saiyan transformation was amazing, and I would love to see it put into the game.
TestDOBA says Jocko 170% hero leader.
Can we ban Test from the server for
Never,
like a day? For
never.
You know what?
I support that shit.
If we do that transformation, like instead of it being the transformation of him going Super Saiyan to Android 19, I want it to be him banging his fist onto the ground crying.
I want it.
Yeah, and then he turns Super Saiyan.
I hate you so much, Ty, but I love you at the same time.
All right, so
Why you gotta ruin my dreams?
that's what dreams are made for.
Why?
Just comes natural.
That's why
So-
you didn't get Kefla.
Oof. So
Get
Issei
out.
says we're doing a Saiyan Saga celebration. So Issei's ideal celebration would revolve around Saiyan Saga. Part 1 units would be an LR Kaioken Goku and an LR Kid Gohan and Krillin card with a UR one-armed Tien.
Dude's doing TN dirty.
No, it's cool. It's cool. I'm down. I know what he's talking about. I know the exact scene he's talking about.
Yeah, I know which one he's talking about. Too.
So Int Kaioken Goku would be 170% all stats, Saiyan Saga, and Final Trump card lead. 12 key would be Kaioken Assault, greatly raises attack and defense and causes colossal damage. 18 key would be Kaioken Kamehameha, massively raise attack for 1 turn, and causes mega colossal damage. Active skill, Body Don't Let Me Down, attack 200% and defense minus 50% for 1 turn. Super effective against all types. Can be activated when hit points are 70% or less or anytime when there is a Vegeta's family category enemy. Nice. Gohan and Krillin would be a physical unit. They would be... Whatever they would give, it would be all stats to join forces. Their 12 key would be Unrelenting Barrage. Greatly raises attack for 1 turn and causes colossal damage to enemy. 18 key would be Masenko and Destructo Disc. Greatly raises attack and defense and causes mega colossal damage. Unit super attack activated when key is 18 or more with a Saiyan category ally whose name includes Goku attacking in the same turn. And they would greatly raise attack for 1 turn, causing mega colossal damage to the enemy and high chance to stun. Nice to see that unit super attack thing brought back.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've seen it once during the worldwide celebration.
Yep. Goku
Yeah.
and Hercule.
Okay. JP hasn't gotten anything new with that, have they?
No.
I don't think so. Part 2 unit. LR transforming Great Ape Vegeta as a strength unit. Vegeta is a 170% Saiyan Saga and Inhuman Deeds leader. 12 key would be Galaxy Breaker, using the Fighter Z name for the move. Causes colossal damage with medium chance to stun the enemy. 18 key would be Super Gallic Gun, massively raises attack for 1 turn and causes mega colossal damage. Great Ape Super Attack would be 12 key Great Ape Beam, greatly raises attack for 1 turn and causes colossal damage. And 18 key would be Great Ape Gallic Gun, massively raises attack for 1 turn and causes mega colossal damage. Active skill, Burst Open and Mix, can be activated when health is 70% or less against a Goku's family ally. Lasts 6 turns, once only. So wait, you're going to turn into that ape for 6 turns?
Jesus.
That's awesome. I mean, assuming the fact that he actually has things here listed for the super attacks, I would assume that they wouldn't be super immune apes like the ones we have now.
Yeah.
Especially with it lasting 6 turns. But I could
Yeah,
be wrong.
that
That could be Issei's thing. Wanted to be invincible for 6 turns straight.
Mhm.
Oh, and it keeps going.
Oh man.
EZAs for Tech Kaioken Goku and Physical Gallic Gun Vegeta. EZA area for Gohan, Yajirobe, Krillin, and Goku cards that are going to come from an event. Yajirobe, that's another good one. I guess we kind of have a Yajirobe in the game now. There's a rare, I think, that you can get.
Make a Korin.
Stop including rares and SRs. To me, they don't count, dude. No
Oh,
one
the
fucking
cards.
keeps those units.
I do. Shut your face.
I do
cards-
too. I do
All
too.
cards have lives too, JMO.
Okay,
Login
so you're gonna
bonuses.
wait, so you're gonna tell me you have an N version of all the Cybermen and all
I
the
didn't
Cell
say
Juniors?
ends.
Maybe I do.
I said
do.
ours.
I do. So
I don't.
I mean,
I like my box
get
space.
upstaged, bro. No.
Login
Dad,
bonuses.
You're tearing this family apart.
First day is something like a thank you ticket, but for the Saiyan Saga, and 2 stones a day for 2 weeks. 2 stones a day for 2 weeks feels really generous. Like,
Okay.
it does. Like, if you look
No,
at
it
what we
does.
get now, we
Move
get
on.
1 stone a day, all the time. Anyway,
Like,
missions. Clear X event, X amount of times, and other generic missions, but they also drop Awakening Medals for the units. Event, a rehash of the old Saiyan Saga event, 6 stages, 12 stones. New Gohan, Yajirobe, Goku, and Krillin come from the event. Social media campaign, fight back against the terrifying Saiyan Prince. Everyone has to comment ×4 Kaioken or something stupid like that for 3 stages, 15 stones in total, training items and orbs. Dokkan Now to preview the units and 5 stones as per typical for Dokkan Now. New Infinite Dragon Ball history: Cybermen, Raditz, Nappa, Great Ape Nappa, Nappa and Vegeta, Great Ape Vegeta. Infinite Dragon Ball history is complete with 3 or more Saiyan Saga category characters, complete with 3 or more Goku family characters. Total of 20 stones for defeating every enemy, 5 stones for completing the event.
Why would you put Cybermen before Raditz? Cybermen are better than Raditz.
God.
I mean, technically it should be, Raditz and then Cybermen because they fought Raditz before they ever fought Cybermen. But anyway, it's Issei's thing. Let's roll. Chain battle against Vegeta, advantageous categories, Goku's family, Saiyan Saga, Hybrid Saiyan. Advantageous characters, all the new units, the 2 EZA units, Bardock and most Trunks.
So, I like everything about that except for the Dokkan Now thing. He forgot to mention that the data download happens beforehand.
Right. If we're going to be accurate about it. Or they're going to upload it a week in advance and then have the content ID system just pick it off of somebody's video when they're watching something else. Because that's how we found out this last time.
Oh my God.
All right, our very own Dr. Namor has a concept for a Dokkan Fest baby celebration. Dude.
Oh Lord.
Wow. All right, here we go.
He went into this.
Yeah, he did. It says in total the celebration has over 10 new cards, but he did not write them all. Thank God. Let's see here. Vengeful Voyage, Extreme Tech, Super Baby 2. Artificial Life Forms, category key 4, stats 170. Or Revenge category, key +4 and stats 150. Super Attack, greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes immense damage to the enemy, and lowers attack and defense. Passive skill, attack and defense plus 130%. Artificial Life Forms category, allies key +2, attack and defense plus 30%. Revenge category, allies key 1, attack and defense 20%. They get attack and defense plus 30% when facing one enemy, high chance to perform a critical hit when facing 2 or more enemies, perform an additional super attack, and high chance to dodge enemy attacks, including super attacks, when facing a pure Saiyans or hybrid Saiyans category enemy. Active skill, Revenge Death Ball. Attack and defense 40% for 1 turn and causes ultimate damage to the enemy. Can be used when facing a pure Saiyan or hybrid Saiyan enemy, or after 4 turns have elapsed from the start of battle, once only. Links that would be Metamorphosis, Thirst for Conquest, Fear and Faith, Big Bad Bosses, GT, Hatred of Saiyan, Fierce Battle. It's pretty accurate. I'm pretty sure he just went back and looked at what the other babies had for Link skills, because that's the way Namor is. He likes to check all the boxes. Alright, I'm going to blow through these a little bit faster, maybe not go into every piece of detail, because we've got some more responses after this one. But we've got Super Saiyan 3 Goku GT as a physical unit. Would be a 90% and key 3 lead for Shadow Dragon Saga, raises defense for 1 turn, raises allies attack by 20% for 2 turns, and causes supreme damage to the enemy. Passive skill, attack and defense 100%, and then he is a support for Shadow Dragon Saga and Kamehameha. And when collecting 5 or more key spheres, he gets an additional defense plus 50%. Okay. We have an extreme strength metal Rildo Awakening. So this must be the metal Rildo that we currently have in game now. He would say that would be a strength key 3 stats 90. He'd raise his defense for 1 turn on super attack, cause supreme damage to the enemy, lower attack and defense. Passive skill would go to attack and defense 100%. Artificial life form support reduces damage received by 50%, and then when you get 5 or more key spheres, gain an additional attack 50%, but damage received is not reduced for that turn. That's actually an interesting. Like, you got to kind of decide, do you want to be defensive or do you want to be offensive? I like that. What do you guys think? Did
I like.
JMo and TystraDaisetsu both go to the bathroom at the same time?
I think
No, sorry, I was replying to work. No, like it's a very interesting awakening for it.
We're gonna have to get this one a little bit bigger here, because he's got a lot in this one. Okay, so it's a transformation unit, that's why. So this LRGT Goku Super Physical. He'd be a Kamehameha category key 4, stats 150, or Super Physical key 3, stats 120. Oh, he's a first turn transformation. Okay, I see. So the second he shows up, boom, he turns into LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Let's see here. The leader skill remains the same. 12 key, greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes colossal damage to the enemy, greatly lowers defense. 18 key, massively raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes mega colossal damage to the enemy, greatly lowers defense. Passive skills, attack and defense plus 170%. Key plus 1 plus an additional attack and defense plus 20% at the start of each turn, up to key plus 4 and attack and defense 80%. Key plus 2 per physical or rainbow key sphere obtained. Medium 30% chance to perform a critical hit, and a high chance of evading enemies' super attack when and countering with tremendous power. Dude, Namor put so much thought into these. That's crazy.
So, hot take.
Yeah.
Just gonna say this. I don't like the units that transform on literally the moment that they're on the field.
Yeah, like at that point, there's no reason to have that unit. Like the first form of it, anyways.
I get why they do it, so then that way you could run it and still run the other units.
Mm-hmm.
But god damn it, is it annoying? Like make it like instead of like no matter what first turn it's gonna happen, make it like active skill automatically pops up and you could choose when to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But like let me enjoy like the first part of that card.
Yeah, I think it was nice when it was rare, when it was like what, 1 free to play unit and Int Brienne.
Mm-hmm.
But now it like, don't we have several units now that do this in game?
There's at least 4 or 5.
Yeah. It's like, I get it. You're trying not to burn out the idea basket or whatever, you know, but let's keep some of this stuff. Like, basically the new transformation system is just developed more than the Great Ape system. Like that's why they're putting the Great Apes in there because it's all basically just transformations, just different in how they activate.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I just feel like they should come up with some fresh ideas. So, Dokkanfest Baby Celebration concept. So you get login bonus and missions, sale, ×3 quest rank XP, Baba Shop discounts. During part 1, you'd get the Baby Dokkanfest and Awakenings for Strength Metal Brildo and Physical Super Saiyan 3 GT Goku. You get a new Dokkan Battlefield, a new Infinite Dragon Ball History, story event revamps, TUR Awakenings for the free-to-play possessed units, which he shows here. These guys right here. Let's see here. Easy area for the Easy A area for the Baby Saga for the free to play Agility Super Baby 1. This one right here. And then in part 2, LR based GT Goku banner, regular Easy A for Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, the AGL one. Chain Battle Season versus Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and an easy area for the Hero Extermination Plan. You'd get Strength Majub and the Agility Super Saiyan 2 GT Goku. Yeah, so all in all, there are 10 units that he would have either awaken or be new during this celebration. That's a lot of content.
That would
Mhm.
most likely be a download celebration
Yeah,
by the amount of stuff in it.
Yeah, probably. But still. That's a lot of content that I wish we had.
Right.
As far as the units go, they seem like pretty faithful adaptations of units, that would actually be in the game.
Mhm.
I don't see anything that's glaringly obvious as something that's, outside of the realm of possibility. So yeah, good job, Namor. That's very in-depth, very descriptive. I know you've been working a long time on this one. So Kenny McGee threw this up today, actually, while the show was going. So a worldwide download celebration, Movie Battle Madness. Dokkanfest Banner A would have Tech Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Gogeta standalone as an LR. Strength LR Goku and Vegeta Angel. Strength LR Gogeta. Agility LR SS4 Goku. Tech LR LR Gohan and Goten.
Jesus.
Dude, why would anybody summon on Banner B? There's like 5 LRs over here on Banner A. Agility Super Saiyan Gogeta, Strength Kefla, Int Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Int Future Gohan, and Tech Gohan. Dokkanfest Banner B would be LR Int Super Saiyan Broly Full Power. Physical LR Majin Buu. Tech LR. Oh, okay, I see. There's more. He has like 5 LRs on each banner. That's insane.
Yeah.
Wow. I would be all about that
Yeah.
shit. Let's not be lying. I would be all about that shit. Physical LR Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Goku and Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Vegeta. Physical Super Saiyan Broly, Physical Final Form Frieza Angel, Agility Android 13, Strength Bojack, and Strength Cooler. And then he'd have a top LR Janemba banner. For a Tech LR Janemba auto transforms into Super Janemba on rotation. Tystra's already mad.
Yeah, instantly just like, God damn it, dude. Why?
Int Paragus, Agility Broly, Agility Tapion, Agility Golden Frieza, and Int Golden Frieza. Login bonuses 15 stones, 3 red stones on the first day, with 5 dragon stones earned every day afterwards for the duration of the celebration, plus 20 Kais of all types.
Jesus!
This is like year 3 rewards, man.
This is like legitimately like your biggest Christmas list, and your mom and dad look at you like,
I love it.
like
we're gonna get you the version from like Kmart.
So physical final form coolers Easy A, Tech Super Saiyan 3 Goku Angels Easy A, easy area stages and awakening for Tech Cooler, Tech Bio Broly, and Int Super Saiyan Broly. 30 or so missions overall to give a total of 30 Sleepy Kais, 100k orbs of all types, 200 Dragon Stones, 40 of which from the movie Heroes Infinite Dragon Ball History and movie Bosses Infinite Dragon Ball History stages. Ultimate Clash Edition for movie heroes and movie bosses prior to Dragon Ball Super Broly, with 1 extra sticker to earn.
Whew.
And we're not done. Tech LR Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Gogeta would have a leader skill of Fusion Key plus 4, hit points 150, attack and defense 170, or movie heroes Key plus 4, all stats 150. 12 key Stardust Breaker raises attack and defense and causes colossal damage to enemy. 18 key is Ultimate Kamehameha, greatly raises attack and defense, causes mega colossal damage to enemy, and lowers attack and defense. Passive skill, attack and defense 150%. Fusion category allies key plus 3 and attack and defense plus 75%. Movie hero category allies key plus 2 and attack and defense 80%. Has a high chance to dodge enemy attacks, including super attacks. Has a medium chance to counter enemy's super attack with tremendous power. Active skill can be activated on the 4th turn on rotation when health is 50% or less, once only. Restores health by 50%, randomly changes orbs on the field to tech orbs, and attack and defense plus 200%.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I see that we are approaching the power creep portion of today's meta.
Yeah.
Int LR Super Saiyan Broly full power. Leader skill Explosion of Rage key 4 hit points 150, attack and defense 170, or movie bosses key 4 and stats 150. 12 key Blaster Meteor greatly raises attack and defense and causes colossal damage with a medium chance to stun all enemies for 3 turns. 18 key Gigantic Rampage greatly raises attack, causes mega colossal damage to enemy, and greatly lowers attack and defense. Passive skill, attack and defense 200% for 10 turns on rotation. All enemies attack and defense minus 80%, has a high chance to perform a critical, launches 2 additional attacks that have a high chance of becoming a super attack when facing a fusion or movie hero's enemy. Active skill can be activated when facing a fusion or movie hero's enemy or on the 4th turn from the start of battle, once only. Key plus 24, attack and defense plus 200%. Performs a critical hit when attacking and lowers all enemies' attack and defense by 50%. So let's see here. Then there's a Tech LR Janemba. Leader skill transformation boost key plus 4. Hit points attack, so all stats 150%, or extreme tech key 4 with stats 100%. 12 key, he hasn't made those up yet. Passive skill transforms into Super Janemba on the start of turn. We've officially confused people. I love this. I love this so much. So here we go. 12 key would be Dimensional Hole, causes colossal damage to the enemy and lowers defense. 18 key is Rakshasa's Claw, causes mega colossal damage to the enemy and massively lowers defense. Passive skill randomly changes orbs on the field to rainbow key spheres. Key plus 3 and attack and defense plus 20% up to 200% for each rainbow key orb obtained. Mathematically, that's not possible. You can only pick up to 5 rainbow key spheres at a time. So in order to get to 200%, yeah, you'd have to have it, I think, at like 40%. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah. Anyway,
Alec destroying it.
Sorry, it's one of those things that crossed my mind. Wait, you can only pick up 5 rainbow key spheres, like max. For each rainbow key sphere obtained, guard activated, key plus 3 to attack and defense 20% up to 200% for each rainbow key sphere obtained. Guard activated against all attacks for 3 turns after receiving an enemy's attack. Has a great chance of evading enemy's attack, including super attack. Oh, man.
Can I just say about the Broly? First, you want attack and defense to the enemy minus 80%, and then you want his leader, or not his leader skill, but his active skill to also lower it another 50%.
I mean, you subtract 130% defense from any Dokkan Fest, and you're not really changing the amount of damage you're doing.
And then you want a critical hit, though? On top of that?
Why not? Why? I mean, I've never understood the whole you can't have busted-ass characters in this game. I mean,
I'm not saying that they can't. I'm just like, Jesus.
Right. That's
busted.
We really should. We don't have PvP, right? There's really we're never gonna have PvP. So there's really no reason to hold back. Like, open the floodgates, make something incredibly insane, and just let us have fun with it. You know.
Maybe when the game's gonna die.
Well, I mean, if you ask the people online, they're saying it's already gonna happen because of what happened with Naruto or whatever the fuck it was that just died.
That game wasn't even in Dokkan's league. Come on now.
There's actually, back in the day, like in the first couple of years that it came out, a lot of people considered it to be a better game than Dokkan.
Yeah, back in the day, but
then they added PvP. Let me just say that again. It was widely considered a better game than Dokkan Battle 3-4 years ago, until they added PvP. So let that sink in for everybody who says we should have PvP in Dokkan. No, we fucking shouldn't. So I want to thank everybody who submitted their ideal celebrations here. There's a lot to go through. You guys went into a whole hell of a lot more detail than I was expecting you to. Like, I seriously thought everybody was just gonna have something like this, like what I put up here. Like, yeah, we should have a Dokkan Fest banner, we should have an LR banner, we should have an EZA, we should have a couple of easy areas, you know. Now, I didn't think that you guys would go through and straight up design entire celebrations with multiple units and information. I'm floored by the guys that went ahead and did that. That's crazy.
Mm.
People want to see shit, man.
Yeah, they do. Thanks for having me spend the last 30 minutes just reading things.
Hey, dude, it's like a normal day podcast.
Right.
But yeah, I mean,
yeah, then you have Namor though, and in like his bedroom, he had like a bulletin board with like string going to every unit he was making, and I was just like, yeah.
I really did enjoy reading through Namor's stuff. He's been really excited about it. He's been messaging me about it, and I keep telling him we'll save it for the podcast. We'll save it for the podcast. Like seriously though, like, I mean, just the amount of thought you guys put into units. Like, I'm all like, I could spend time designing the celebration. I would never have thought to design units to go with it.
No.
That's what I wanted to do too, but I ran out of time and I was like, fuck it.
So, and then if you guys are interested in joining the discussion for next week's episode, I will be posting that up within the next 2 days on the Discord. So make sure that you guys are following on the Discord, if we can get a link to that in the Twitch chat. If you're over on YouTube, it's in the description below, along with all the other links to the panelists, things you can check out there. And we are now officially in the live questions section of the show. So if you guys, while we're flying through the clouds here, have any other questions that you would like to ask us, now is the time. We're just going to sit here and BS for a little bit while we wait for questions to roll in.
And it better not be no, are we there yet? Because if so, I'm going to turn this Nimbus cloud around and we're going to head back home.
But
can you make a music request? This show doesn't have music.
Are we there yet?
That's it. Turn it around.
All right. I'm going to have my back turned for the rest of this podcast. I'm not even really here right now.
Can we have McDonald's? No.
Are we not there yet? I don't even know where we're going, so as long as I don't know where we're going, I can tell you that we are officially not there yet.
We're in the clouds, dude.
Biddies, you're grounded.
We're in the Look at the overlay. We're in the clouds, dude. That's where we're going. We're going wherever we fly.
All right, I got a question for you guys, and don't kiss my ass just because I'm the guy who asked you all to be a part of this.
Hate it.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Studio or Scouter?
Scouter. I actually think this is a better setup. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoy both, but I think, like, in the overall aspect, we have more assets this way that are kind of just subtle. They're there, you know.
I mean, what about you guys? You guys in the chat, you like the studio?
The studio needed work. I'm not gonna lie.
You like the Scouter?
So what would be really cool in the future is kind of incorporating both in the sense, I guess. Like maybe with transition slides or something like that, and then when we're going through the Scouter, we'll go through the news, and then we head back. Like, here's Ollie with the weather type shit. You know what I mean?
There's Ollie with the weather.
That type of stuff. But that's something that's later time. Later time. But right. I like the Scouter right now. It's clean. It's fresh. It's not an overbearing, like, so much going on type of thing.
Yeah. I mean, we got to think about it at the end of the day. In actuality, we're all just 4 or more people sitting at a computer desk talking through Discord. So, I mean, in a sense, are we really in a studio?
No.
To some, sure.
But I'm also not flying through the clouds with my Scouter on either.
But
If
it's
I had a
Dragon
scouter,
Ball.
I would
But
try.
it's Dragon
speak
Ball.
for yourself.
See, that's where it ties in. It's Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball.
So it makes sense.
Herp Derpin Ball.
Also, I mean, I don't want all my alienated text to go away just yet.
You did.
I mean, he
you
did
did a
work a
lot
lot
of
of-
work on this overlay, dude. You really did.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So Kenny McGee asks, any ideal Dokkan Fest celebration you would like to have in mind?
I think I already mentioned mine.
What was the question?
Your ideal Dokkan Fest, basically, like what units, like what celebration type of deal.
I went over it before. Gogeta,
yeah.
Gogeta, Gogeta, Gogeta.
I Android Saga transforming Vegeta.
I'm gonna go back, and I would like to see, like, the one I want the most is the Goku versus Piccolo for the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai at the end of Dragon Ball.
Mhm.
I want that more than anything.
That'd be pretty dope.
So
To kind of go back to what I was talking about then as well, I would actually like to see a Goku Piccolo joint card from Raditz's fight.
Mhm.
Like, I think that would be unique.
That would be an awesome exchange unit that would exchange out to Piccolo doing the special beam cannon.
Yeah, that
That'd
was
be freaking
like that was
fantastic.
like that whole idea behind it. That was like my entire elaborate scheme. Just get a Goku and Piccolo card that has like a dual animation like type super attack, but you can exchange for just the Piccolo afterwards.
mhm.
That would just
So Hard Jump Maniac Z over on Twitch asks, do you see them making cards for all of the Tournament of Power participants?
at
I
some
think-
point, yeah.
I think in some cases the major players, yes, but not all of them. Not the
Yeah.
not the freaking, throwaway characters.
Yeah, not the ones that you watch get knocked out of the ring in like 2 seconds of the
first-
match.
Yeah, I
I
was
don't
gonna say.
I don't need to see a mop type of I don't want to see Mop from Universe 2 getting a card. Like, come on now.
I want to see
Who
the
remembers
invisible
Bob?
fighters, the little bug dudes. They need their own card. The development cost on that's going to be cheap as shit too.
But yeah, no. Like, that's all I was gonna say. That the last question, and this kind of ties into this one. Like, I'm still wanting to see, as a Dokkan Fest of some sort, I want to see a transforming Kappa from Tournament of Power. I think him going from Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan 2 would be a fantastic
Oh, agreed.
card.
Agreed.
Mhm.
Like, it'd be so dope. And I think Kappa deserves a little bit more love.
All right. Another question from Kenny McGee. Any dream teams you would like to run over the course of the next year? I don't have any dream teams I'd like to run because for the most part, I run all the teams I want to.
I'm not gonna answer that question right now.
Dude, I actually had a whole bunch of this shit set up back on second year anniversary. My dream teams were physical and not physical, super and extreme types monos, because that's when monos were like really huge. I don't have them anymore. I actually, funny enough, like a couple of weeks ago, I actually deleted those files. So I don't throw away anything, especially if I make it in Photoshop. Like, I made this like insane fucking like graph of my ideal favorite teams with pictures of the units, the synergy. Like, I wrote all their link skills down just to make sure that the synergy was there, and whole 9 yards. And I ended up just throwing that project away. I was like, you know what? Fuck it, dude. We're not there anymore. So, I mean, like, for me, it would just hope for a category that I actually enjoy that will feature every character on my favorite list would be a dream team. Like, my favorite characters ever in Dragon Ball, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Like, give me a good team where I can run Trunks, Bardock, Goku, and Future Gohan. Just those 4 in general, where they're not hurting for links and anything like that, and I'm fine.
That's fair.
Right. Let's see here. Tegel Biddy says, what would be the best dual Dokkan Fest banner, and why is it Gogeta and Janemba?
Because
you
Gogeta and Janemba, it's hero villain, you know?
You thought wrong.
It's not just a dual Dokkan Fest of Super Saiyans.
I mean, I like the whole hero villain dual Dokkan Fest concept. I really do. Just because the extreme side of this game needs so much love anyway that any little
Yeah.
scraps we can throw their way is good in my book. As far as it being Gogeta versus Janemba, I mean, I'm kind of sorry, JMO. I'm kind of over the whole Gogeta and Vegito
You
thing.
think you are?
Like,
He just said, and why is it? Why is it the best? Because at the time, Gogeta was just OP.
Yes, we should totally
Like,
have a
Janemba, for their time, we're like, okay, this dude is effective against all fucking types, and this dude tanks like a motherfucker. You know, so it's like, I don't know, like when he put it in that perspective, my brain's like, yeah, you know what? It actually is their best dual Dokkan Fest.
You know, let's go ahead and label it
Simpler
as the
time.
best dual Dokkan Fest.
Of the
Janemba
game.
versus Gogeta. A fight that lasted 45 seconds.
Yeah, that's
That is
enough
the
to tell you
best
what.
Dokkan Fest.
That's enough to tell you what else is wrong with the rest of the dual Dokkan Fest, in my opinion.
yeah, they try too hard.
Yeah, exactly. Also, I don't want to skip this question because I seen it written a couple times. What would you wish for if you were to summon Shenron? If I were to summon Shenron, Mona.
Wow. All right. What about
Give me Primos, give me Mona. I'm good.
All right. What about you, Omni? What would you wish for if you had the ability to summon Shenron?
More money so I can play Dokkan and Pokemon cards all at the same time.
Yeah, dude, that's fair. I would have went to Piranga for that personally.
Tystra?
Unfortunately, with how the world is, like, it's kind of tough to say with like not money. You know, I would wish for money because if I had an infinite supply of wealth, I'd make sure that all my family's like happy. You know, they're able to like be, you know, financially secure. You know, money buys food, feed people around the world. You know, that type of stuff. You know, I would try not to be greedy with it, but you know, like I would go forth and try and do something right in the world with the amount of money that I'd be given. You know, that and I could pay somebody to cosplay as Mona for me.
Exactly.
I don't know
Oh
if
my
I'm
God.
just like naive or altruistic, but I think I would wish for worldwide empathy.
Worldwide empathy.
Yeah, not world peace. That's unrealistic. I mean, you can't just snap your fingers and make everybody peaceful. But if you could give everybody empathy, we could
I
work to get
mean,
there.
in a technical sense, Thanos did when he wiped out half of the planet when he snapped his fingers. He went to peace.
I mean, it became more peaceful, but like seriously, I mean that's what I'd wish for. I would wish that everybody in the world could feel empathy, because there are just people. There are people who simply don't.
Yeah, facts.
I mean, so realistically, of course, I would be with Alec on that as well. To be fair,
Damn, his answer's better than mine.
I just said Mona. I just said Mona because it's me. Okay.
No,
No,
dude.
I have to hold
Like-
that stigma of being the Mona sim. Otherwise, my chat wouldn't be happy about it. So, I mean,
Honestly, I'm gonna be a little bit more realistic because you know money for Pokemon cards and Dokkan is all the same. I would just have Shenron forcibly force all of you in chat to go check out my new YouTube channel.
There you go.
There's my shameless plug for the day.
Yeah. That's okay. You'll get another opportunity here shortly.
Woo!
So Kenny says, how many more quest stages would you like to have added to finish the story of Dokkan?
enough to get up to 69.
Let me
Fucking damn it, Jake.
let me show you guys something really cool here. We've known about this for a very long time.
JMO, you make me so angry.
If you go into quest mode and go into the quest mode guide on the wiki. Okay, here's Earth, right? These are all the events or all the areas for the story event, right? For the quest mode right now.
Yep.
We also have a Namek map that's in the game files and an afterlife in the game files. So bare minimum, if Namek matches the amount of content we got on Earth, you know, and if afterlife matches that as well, we're looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of 75 or more story areas.
Why didn't you just say 60?
So-
Because he didn't want to give you hope.
Like
as far
27.
as far
We
as
can make
how
it
long
possible
have
for you
these
to
been
let me
around?
each.
These have been around for years, guys.
Yeah, they've
21
been around.
each, right?
I think those have been. Have they been around since the game came out, or
Yeah.
was it when they added more stages later?
Well, the first set of stages, I believe, were just locked behind Shenron. To be fair, so
Yeah.
I think they added stages after the fact. I think even with Shenron, you were only able to get a certain number of stages. I think we stopped at 20. What is it? 27 now. I think we were capped at 23. Like 23 something.
Yeah, we're
And
capped at
then
23 for
they
a while.
released the last 4 areas.
Here you go.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
So
Not
there are
100% sure.
so back in July, somebody said, "Wait, there's 2 other sagas," which is what I just showed you guys, the Namek and the Afterlife. And somebody else responded, "Unfortunately, as much as I would love it, I don't think we'll ever get the update. It's been 2 years." So these maps have been in the game since 2018, at the very least, according to what we've seen on the wiki.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, I don't know if we're ever going to get either one of these maps, but but they're in the game files.
Yeah, which I could personally see having 21 areas each. This way, 27, 21, 21, 69.
Oh my God,
There you
JMO!
go. Nice. Nice.
I'm kidding.
So
It's such a miracle that nut button still works with how you slam it.
that's nothing, dude. All right. So next question. Christian 5 says, "What do y'all think could be up next for Dokkan's next download celebration? Would they have to go backwards or forwards?" I mean, I honestly believe they can go backwards or forwards. And when you're talking about download celebration, you're talking about the Super and Extreme joint celebration, which will be next November or August. Yeah. I would love it to be a Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta that transform not on turn 1 into Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta.
Yeah.
Paired up against a Sin Shenron that has some form of transformation mechanic into Omega Shenron.
When he gets all his balls.
Yeah.
So that's what I would like to see for the next download celebration. What about you guys?
You already said it.
Yeah.
Super Saiyan.
Yay!
Don't even ask me, dude. You already know it's gonna be Garlic Jr., dude.
It's gonna be Garlic Jr. I know.
Garlic Jr. and like
JMo's so
normal.
memey today.
I know, right?
Dude, they're not giving me Garlic Jr. If I had a can on the floor, I'd be walking and kicking it around.
Here you go, JMO. Just for you. Ready? Here we go.
Yes.
Card number 1, Goku and Piccolo. Versus card number 2, Garlic Jr. and the Spice Boys.
Thank you. Thank you. Why is it so hard, Akatsuki?
I mean, it's never gonna happen, but
it ain't never gonna happen. But it is what it is.
We just want to give you a little bit of hope.
Wait until I'm 80 years old, dude. Dokkan's gonna be at year 89 or something like that. Whatever the fuck the case is. 69. There we go. Actually, you might actually be right about that. No, I'm kidding. And then watch, I'm gonna be there like, yeah, I told you so. No, I'm kidding.
I knew they put Garlic Jr.
Oh, dude, my blood pressure will have made my heart explode long before that time.
I knew they put the farmer with the shotgun. I told you, motherfuckers.
we have farmer with a shotgun.
All right, guys, I'm gonna start to wrap things up here. Just because if we keep going, we're gonna say something that's probably gonna get us banned on another platform.
Yay!
God, dude. How many times
So
can you say 69? Let's find out. 69.
All right. So, guys.
I'm kidding.
Over the course of the next week, pay attention to the Twitch channel and the YouTube channel. I will be streaming intermittently throughout the week. I don't have a schedule in mind specifically yet. But keep in mind that next Friday, not this coming Friday, but next Friday, the 18th, we are starting the charity drive for Direct Relief. Let me pull that up here. There we go.
If you don't support them, we'll take your toe.
So we are helping out Rev, and we are doing the direct relief charity drive. It is going to be the 18th through the 24th of December. I will be on every day streaming something. Streams will start at 10 a.m. Central Time and 8 p.m. Central Time. The only day I don't think I'm doing 2 streams is that first day, that Friday, because I'm planning on doing just a really long Fallout stream. But you never know. I might like do an unscheduled Fallout stream in the evening or something else in the evening. So
that way I can play with you.
Exactly. So that sounded much dirtier than I thought. Anyway, God damn it. I want to make sure that I get the shout outs here because I am terrible about remembering those. So let's see here. Reflection with the rate of 13, my bro. Thank you very much for that. SJG Dragonheart. Not I don't require a name. Oh no, a name. I'm so terrible with it, guys. Okay, you want me to read your names right, and it's multiple words. Capitalize each word in your name. Just do me that favor. I'm old. It'll help me. I promise. And then Mel1223. All 3 of you guys with the follow, and of course, Xian with the raid. Thank you guys very much for that. Omni, you have started a new channel, as you've already told us.
Yes.
Let me see what I can do about finding said channel.
Billy!
It's Omni X Taki, right?
Yeah, Omni X Taki.
Yeah. Boom.
Like someone saying old, like acting like an
There
old
you
man.
go.
Yeah, we are a new channel. Me and my loving fiance just started this up about a week ago, actually. Yep, our oldest video is a week ago.
Mhm.
We're already at 54 subs, so any follows that any subscribers that come on in is always appreciated. Quick summary: we open Pokemon cards, and we have a fun time doing it.
Right on.
That's all it is.
So over on Twitch, I will throw up a link to Omni's new channel there. Make sure you guys go give them some love. They are an adorable couple. They really are.
Aw. A new video does drop tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, by the way.
Fantabulous.
Okay, so also before we go, I used my points last week, even though we already hosted the same person. Can I just carry this time over to say, can we host or raid Rougeau?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
JMO, what do you got going on this week that you want to share with the good people? I stream every day at noon, but it's really going to be like 10:30, and that's Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Wednesday, Friday, whatever it's 10, Genshin Impact. Be there, be square. I'm not doing shit tomorrow other than Genshin Impact.
Be there, be here.
All right.
So, same shit, different day.
Ty, you got anything special going on this week?
Not really. So my overtime day is probably going to be changed. So I'll probably be working on Sundays, guys. So unfortunately, Sunday streams not going to be happening until after Christmas, it looks like. But that still means that we have Mondays and Tuesdays, and I'll be here for the Global Gang podcast, obviously, on Tuesdays. And then, of course, we got the streams going on for the charity events. So, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
And then as far as myself, guys, for the podcast itself, we try to do a daily highlight. If the episode doesn't have enough news where I can warrant enough highlights, then I will be streaming on days where we don't have an upload to YouTube. So, yeah, if you guys don't see a highlight go up at 6 o'clock in the morning Central Time, at some point that day I'm going to be streaming.
Whoa.
It's not exactly a schedule, but I'm not exactly a schedule kind of guy. Let's be real here. If I was a schedule kind of guy, I'd still be a banker.
We'd also have a guest on our show.
Right, yeah, because I'd be able to follow my own damn notes. And actually, she messaged me. Let's give you guys a little update on that too. She messaged me back, and she's like, "Oh my God, I completely forgot what day it was." So she wouldn't have been here either way. So there you go.
Oh my God, but that was still a low blow by JMO.
Hey, it's okay.
Hey,
I take
he
my
already
L's.
dug himself in that hole.
Yeah,
dude.
I take my L's. This one falls completely on me because
Take
I
the
forgot
L
to
right in
follow
the
up.
hole.
Looking a little bit beyond the charity week next week. What do we got? I guess we should probably talk about the episode next week on December 15th. Tuesday, December 15th, we go back to our normal time of noon Central. Noon Eastern. Noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central. General Bardock will be our guest next week.
Oh, yes,
I believe it's his third or fourth time being on the program.
He's such a whore for the Global Gang podcast.
I love him.
I
He's
love
so
him
good.
too.
Anyway.
He's my Fupa Troopa.
And then, of course, like I said, next week, starting on the 18th, we have that charity stream. So on the 22nd, Rev will actually be the guest on the podcast again at the normal time, noon Eastern. And he will take some time and give us more in-depth information about the charity itself. And then the following week, the 29th of December, will be the final episode of the year.
Yay!
And our guest is going to be Toon Rami. So he was the first guest of 2020. He will be the last guest of 2020. So that's a lot of excitement right there, guys.
So we're on episode 46.
Yep.
I was gonna
Yes,
say.
sir.
47, 48. Okay, never mind.
So I was gonna say. Are you not planning a special 1-year anniversary?
Well, the show premiered January 28th of 2020. That puts the 1 year at January 26th that week, basically.
Yeah.
I might do something on the 28th specifically, but the episode on the 26th, it's going to be a no guest episode. It's going to be, as many of us as we can get together at that time, kind of looking back and reminiscing. I mean, we're still going to cover the news and everything like we always do, but it'll be one of them sappy episodes, guys. You're going to love it.
I'll save that. I'll save that.
Our goal is gonna make Tystra cry. That's our goal.
Dude, that's not gonna take much. I'm a whiny little bitch boy.
Yep. I mean, we all busted up in tears for the Thanksgiving stuff when all we were doing was saying what we were thankful for the year. So yeah, we're a bunch of namby-pamby whiny bitches.
I'll make sure to try to be there for that one.
I'm already tearing up. Can we stop?
You can use my shoulder to cry on Ty. It's okay.
And then as far as the channel goes, looking into 2021, we'll do this now, I guess, because I haven't really had a chance to sit down and figure out how I want to do it. We are going to expand beyond just Dokkan on the channel. I mean, it's still going to be the primary focus. We're still going to do the podcast every week. We're still going to have gameplay for Dokkan. But we all have other interests, other games that we really like. So I know for a fact I'm going to be playing Fallout of some kind, whether it's 76, New Vegas, 3, whatever. There's going to be a Fallout every Friday in 2021. As long as it doesn't, there's no holidays or anything crazy like that. Or if, I get sick or something.
I demand to play through a Fallout 1.
Oh, fuck no, dude. I hate that game. I don't care what the purists say. The first two Fallout games are absolute ass. Like Fallout, like I played them, and I am not a fan of the isometric top-down type of game. I don't like Diablo. It's just not my thing. First person shooter, I'm all about though.
All right, then going back, I want a complete playthrough of Fallout Tactics.
Your mom.
I want you to set yourself on fire on live television.
Wow.
We'll both have about the same amount of enjoyment out of that. So
the downside is I played and beat that game, and you're not wrong.
I know. I've actually played and beaten every Fallout game, so as far as I know. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure I've beaten every one of them. Anyway, guys, so there's going to be a lot of stuff coming up that's going to be different from what we normally do or what we have been doing. I would like to get Omni and or Tystra together at some point for them to do Destiny on the channel.
Woohoo!
Hell yeah.
And then, of course, JMO will probably lead the pack with Genshin Impact streams. So
I get to stream on a different day that's not Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
You can stream whatever day you want, dude. I will give you the logins.
Okay.
It'll be a lot easier if you just download slobs as your secondary, though, so that way you don't have to log in and out of your OBS.
Oh yeah, no, I still have slobs.
Okay, so anyway, so keep your eyes open for that. If you guys have anything that you'd like to see as far as specific games that you guys want us to talk about in the upcoming year, just jump into the Discord. You can shoot me a message. My DMs are not locked on Discord, so feel free to jump in and do that. But other than that, guys, I think we're gonna wrap things up. I'm going to throw up this beautiful end screen, which, by the way, sometime probably next week, we will have a section here on the end screen showing all of the moderators for our chat on all platforms and thanking them for their effort during the episodes.
Okay.
We could just set up a list on the sides of the global game.
Yep, that's what I'm hoping to do here soon.
Or do an end credits.
So,
Yeah.
but anyway, we are going to raid our boy Rujo 4. So we'll start that raid. You guys go over there, give him some GGP love. I am going to wrap things up here and start editing the highlights because, I need to be up until 2 o'clock in the morning again. All right.
This is why I got my editing done already earlier.
All right, guys. You have a great week, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Mwah.
Nut.